The weather conditions today somewhat different than what we expected. 45 degrees, humidity of 93%. Winds out of the south at 5 miles an hour. The forecast has been changed now to rain, and it's falling lightly right now. It's more like a mist than it is a rain. Neil O'Donoghue. Mike Nelms and Otis Wansley will be deep. It's Nelms that they like to handle it. One of the best. And here we go for the championship. Nelms. Hurdles outside the 20, about the 23. Dave Aarons was the Cardinal who knocked him down. The lineups. The Redskins offensive backs and receivers. Theismann the quarterback. They'll start Riggins. Calvin Mohammed and Art Monk are wide. Clint Didier is also a starter. Don Warren is the other tight end starter. Joe Jacoby, Grimm, Donnelly, Huff, and Mark May. And Russ Grimm made a remarkable comeback. Injured player on the field. It is a Redskin. Unidentified as yet. We think it might be Keith Griffin, their backup running back. Let's see if we can figure it out. He's number 35.
I'll tell you, let's just take a look right here at Keith Griffin. He's leading the ball carrier, and we'll see him. He's leading Nelms right there. Look at the shot that they take right there on that block, and that's where he got it. Hey, he's still down.
It was John Good who came down and busted that wedge, put the hit on Keith Griffin.
We may see quite a bit of John Good today. You know, he could be the second tight end for the Cardinals. Doug LaFleur is injured, Greg LaFleur is injured, and John Good may play a lot of tight end.
0-0. We just had the opening kickoff for the finals. Took a while, but Keith Griffin seems to have shaken off the cobwebs and got up and walked off, and now is jogging over on the sidelines. It's a very encouraging sign. First down for the Redskins. They start from their own 24. Warren moves. Riggins goes right. And Riggins gets out across the 25. About the 26. Al Baker tripped him up. The Cardinal defense includes Baker, Ramsey Dardar, David Galloway at right tackle, and Curtis Greer at right end. E.J. Jr. in the middle, and Thomas Howard and Charlie Baker are the outside linebackers. The secondary, Lionel Washington and Wayne Smith, the cornerbacks. Lee Nelson and Benny Perrin, the safety men. Second down and 8. Riggins got 2. Monk moves. Theismann to throw. Chased, and down goes Theismann by Lee Nelson. Blitzing safety man. They told us they felt they had to do that.
That's what they said. There's no way that you can just sit in normal defense. They said you have to press. Watch 38. Lee Nelson, he's a strong safety. He's coming from the outside. They don't have a blocker for him. Theismann looks up, and the first thing he sees is Lee Nelson right on him.
A loss of 11. It'll make it 3rd and 19, and Joe Washington comes in place of John Riggins, who strolls to the sideline.
And that's what you have to get to play defense against these Redskins, is get Riggins strolling to the sidelines a lot.
Monk moves out wide to the left. Didier and Calvin Mohammed split wide to the right. Theismann gets it out of there for Mohammed. Almost picked off by the Cardinals. Benny Perrin just couldn't find the handle. Looked like there might have been some contact.
Well, that was one. It looks like they had Muhammad pretty well watched, because they have, it's man-to-man coverage here. See, with the safety coming over, Lionel Washington is running with him. Could have been a bump, but it looked like Muhammad slowed up there, and Perrin got over in position for the interception.
Jeff Hayes back to punt for the Redskins. Stump Mitchell back deep for the Cardinals, standing at about his own 46-yard line. Hayes kicks him high, but not that long usually.
And Stump Mitchell's an exciting guy.
And dangerous. This one hangs up there, typical Hayes punt. Mitchell at his 44. Stump Mitchell into Redskin territory, but here come the yellow flags flying. Mark Murphy on the stop. 41-yard punt, 11-yard return, a 30-yard net. And the Cardinals take over in pretty good shape, but we'll see what the penalty is. Jerry Markbright is the referee. I didn't hear what he said.
I didn't either. That there was a flag in the play, but they didn't march off any penalty. So it could have been one of those deals where they throw the flag and it doesn't count.
Didn't mean to do it.
Sorry. No penalty. Good flag, no penalty.
Otis Anderson is the lone Cardinal setback. That's Roy Green who's in motion. Handoff is to the left side to Anderson. Trying to get around the corner, doesn't get much. Neil Olkowitz knocked him out of bounds. Let's look at the rest of the Cardinal offense. Lomax, quarterback. Anderson, the lone runner usually. Roy Green and Pat Tilley wide. Tight end John Good, who started in place of LaFleur. Marsh is the other tight end. Luis Sharp. Doug Dawson, the rookie, starting in place of Steve. Randy Clark at center. Joe Bostic and Tootie Robbins, the other two offensive linemen. Second down and 11 as Anderson lost one. Now they go with 3 wide receivers. Danny Pittman is the third. Lomax. Tilley. Got him. Vernon Dean, the Redskin defender, and Tilley goes out of bounds inside the Redskin 40. Let's look at the Washington defense. The line is Man and Manley, the ends. Butts and Darrell Grant inside. Mel Kaufman, Neil Olkowitz, and Rich Malott, the linebackers. In the secondary, Green and Dean are the corners, and Ken Coffey and Curtis Jordan, the safety men. 3rd and 2. The Cardinals have a fine young offensive line. They'll miss Terry Steve, but Doug Dawson's a good player. 2 tight end setup. Anderson will get the first down. Curtis Jordan took him out of bounds. He got away from Rich Malott to get just enough for the first down.
You know, an interesting thing in this first drive here by the Cardinals is they've had 2 running plays. Both of them have been to Otis Anderson to the left side. And Jim Hannafin told us last night he wants to start that way because he has a rookie, Doug Dawson, as you mentioned, starting at left guard. And he said sometimes a guy like that, a young guy, you want to run right at him, right off the bat, and kind of get him in the game right now.
First down, Cardinals at the Redskin 34. The Cardinals have won 3 in a row and have played extremely well lately. Take this to Anderson. Lomax to Tilley, incomplete. Rich Malott out there on the coverage. Good pressure by the Redskins. Dexter Manley.
Excuse me, Pat, and they had good coverage deep, too. What Lomax was trying to do is he was trying to go deep to his tight end, Doug Marsh. Redskins had good coverage on Marsh, so Lomax had to come off to a secondary receiver.
Here's a guy, Neil Lomax, who's really matured. There is Jim Hannafin, who was talking about how much he had matured with us last night. He's got a new offensive coordinator, and they really sing Rod Dowhauer's praises, don't they?
I tell you, Rod is an excellent coach. I coached years ago. Darn near 20 years ago, I coached with Rod. He has experience.
Lomax going for Green. Bumped maybe in the end zone, and no flag is falling. Darrell Green, number 28. Right step.
Well, that was Darrell Green right there with Roy Green on that play. And we knew that the Cardinals were going to come out and they were going to try and go to Roy Green deep early. They said you have to do that. You have to stretch him out, get him playing the whole field. I'll tell you, Darrell Green was running stride for stride with Roy Green. Well, they may have had a little bump there with that left hand.
And a little nudge or two or something in there. Joe Gibbs over on the other sideline looking on. Lomax out of the shotgun. Danny Pittman split wide to the left. Redskins on a blitz by Monty Coleman, taken down and take him out of field goal range. They'll have to punt.
Yesterday, the Redskins were saying that with Neil Lomax. You can't let him get a lot of confidence. You have to come with the blitz. And we see Monty Coleman coming from the left side. The back was there to block him. The back faked the block on him and just let him go in and get Lomax. Never seen one of those deals before.
Carl Birdsong to punt for the Cardinals. Mike Nelms back deep for the Redskins. Birdsong gets a lot of foot in this one. Nelms lets it sail over his head. And it bounces in the end zone. They'll bring it back to the 20. Good kick. Just a little too good. 43-yard punt. No return, but they'll bring it back to the 20, so they net only 23. Nothing, first quarter. Off in the distance, through the mist, of course, the nation's capital. Buffalo leads Cincinnati, a touchdown by Craig Bell, their outstanding rookie. Cincinnati needs a victory to keep their playoff hopes alive. Detroit 3-0 over Chicago. Bears, of course, have already won the NFC Central Championship. First down, Redskins, their own 20. Riggins left side. And the Diesel gets about 3 behind Jacoby and Grimm. And John, aren't you surprised that Grimm is back so quickly?
I'll tell you, he had that eye, and Joe Gibbs said he was back there on Wednesday at practice. Watch Joe Jacoby take off there on Curtis Greer. Greer was saying last night, he said the tough thing is you have to line up against Joe Jacoby, and he weighs over 300 pounds, and he blocks you. Then you have to get off him and try and tackle Riggins, who weighs 240 pounds. Now, that's an all-day job.
4 yards. Second and 6 at the 24. Theismann back to throw. Outside to Monk. Art Monk, of course, closing in on the all-time number of catches for a year. That's his first catch of the day. He needs 7 to break the all-time record. Held by Charlie Hennigan, set back in 1964, 101. Lionel Taylor had 100, and Art Monk now has 96, moving up the ladder.
Joe Gibbs said yesterday, we'd like to get Monk that record, but we're not going to go in the game trying to do that. We have to win this game.
Third and short. Wansley lined up to the left side, and Riggins comes in that direction. Got the first down. Kurt Alderman was the first Cardinal.
I think that's typical Redskin football there. Every team we talk about, they say we have to hold Riggins to less than 4 yards on first down. Now they got 4 yards on first down. Then he throws a little one to Monk on second down. Now he comes up third and short, and they give the ball to Riggins to get a first down. I think there's really something to that 4 yards on first down.
They do it so well when he's healthy. Batted away by Bubba Baker, who had a chance, a legitimate shot, had an interception and a touchdown.
Look, he's still talking about it. He's showing, look, I had it right there in the hands. It would have been a touchdown. Got it. That's the one thing about a left end being so important. That he's a big guy, like Bubba Baker is 6'6". Well, when he's on that left side, you can take away a big part of the passing to that side, because to throw to your right side, right-handed quarterback has to throw over or around that guy.
Second and 10. Riggins still in the game. And the handoff is to Riggins. He bumps into the back of Jacoby, and Wayne Smith drags him down. Only a couple.
John Riggins was telling us about that. He said, he said it's simple to play for this thing. He said, I can stay in the hospital all week. They only have 4 running plays. And he said, the big thing is just get in there behind Grimm and Jacoby. That's all you have to do.
If you weigh 240, it helps.
Only one time he said, we had to switch places. He said, the only thing we'd have to do is add a number 4 to that jersey, and you could play for me.
Third down and 9 from the 32. Theismann back to throw. Under pressure. Didier's got it. Wayne Smith drags him down at the Cardinal 22. Clint Didier, 44-yard gain.
I'll tell you, that was a great throw by Joe Theismann because he really got hit by number 65, David Galloway, just as he throws the ball. Watch Galloway coming from his left. Look at the shot that Theismann takes as he throws the ball, and he puts it right on the spot to Clint Didier. But now it's tough to throw a football and find the guy open, but to throw a football like that when you're looking out your ear hole, that's darn near impossible.
He was saying to us, Theismann was yesterday at practice, that he was still sore from last week's meeting he took in Dallas.
I'll tell you, Joe Theismann is a tough guy.
The Cardinal 23, first and 10 Redskins, fake to Riggins. Going to the corner to Monk. Touchdown! What a great throw by Theismann.
There was also a great corner move by Art Monk and a great catch, catching the ball and staying inbound.
No defense against a play like that. Mark Mosley for the extra point with Theismann holding. It's good. 7-0. The Redskins. Beg your pardon. Beg your pardon. It's not good.
I think he missed that to the left. That looked like a what the referee was saying there, like that little wiggle deal, looked like a shank job.
Hail to the Redskins. They lead 6-0. Here's the touchdown.
Art Monk is going to come up as the inside guy. You see him right here. Now he starts to break to the corner. Makes a good move right there. But watch his catch. Outstretched hands, both feet inbound. Now watch Joe Theismann throw it again. Right after he throws it, he gets whacked.
Back live. Here comes Stump Mitchell. Flags are down as Mitchell is hammered just outside the 20.
You see the first guy down there was Otis Wansley again. What a big play he had last week against the Dallas Cowboys. One of the best special teams players in the game. He come flying down there and put a hit on Stump Mitchell.
They keep talking about every time we talk with anybody from the Redskins, injured Cardinal down. Here's Stump Mitchell.
Of the receiving team. First down. Timeout.
I don't know that Stump Mitchell saw that hit of Otis Wansley coming. This is a tough thing. Stump Mitchell has to take that ball right up in there. Watch 39. Otis Wansley puts his helmet right in there. I'll tell you, he really gave Stump Mitchell a shot. He's still down.
He also got hit by Anthony Jones at about the same time. Redskins 6-0. The Redskins got the touchdown, but they missed the extra point. Boy, that's something that will inevitably come back and haunt you. He just pulled it.
Got plenty of height.
Stump Mitchell is the injured Cardinal who's being assisted off the field now. He really took a wallop from Wansley and from Jones late.
Yeah, it looked like he did see Wansley, but didn't see Jones coming from his left side at the end of the run. Watch, here's Wansley. He tries to make a move on Wansley. Now watch right down there at the bottom there. That's where Jones caught him and pulled him backward. Tell you, Stump Mitchell is a big play guy. He had a great game last week against the Giants. Running, throwing, threw for a touchdown pass.
Redskins lead 6-0. And here's what happens when they score first. They've won the last 22 times. We have 9:10 left to play in the first quarter. And the situation is Washington 6, St. Louis nothing for the NFC Eastern Division Championship. Cardinals win, they're the champions. Redskins win, they're the champions. Cardinals lose, they're out. Redskins have clinched a wild card spot. From the 10, Lomax gets back to Anderson. Again, they go to the left side, and again, they get very little. Dave Butts was the first man there.
I'll tell you, the other day, there was some talk that maybe the Redskins wouldn't be as fired up for this game because on Friday night, when the 49ers beat the Rams, and that put the Redskins in the playoff. So if they lose, they're still a wild card. When you talk to the players and the coaches yesterday at practice, they didn't believe any of that stuff. They said, we don't care what the heck happens. We still know we're playing a championship game tomorrow.
And because of, well, particularly Riggins' situation and his bad back, they'd like that week off, the layoff. Layoff before the playoff. Lomax out of the pocket, going for Green, and if he's... Green had a couple of steps on Curtis Jordan. The ball had been there, that would have been 6.
Hey, Roy Green is an amazing guy. He's one of the few guys that can run through a zone. Everyone says you can't get deep on a zone, you can't throw deep against a zone. Well, it all depends on who's throwing and who's running and who's catching, because this guy can't. He just runs. They have a safety sitting back there. He just runs right by him.
This guy is, for a person who started off as a defensive back, really developed into an outstanding and an extremely intelligent receiver. Stump Mitchell, the word is, has a thigh bruise, and whether or not he'll be back, we don't know. It's 3rd down and 9 from the 11 for St. Louis, and they go into the shotgun formation. Redskins look like they might be bringing a blitzer. Lomax gets it out to Anderson. O.J. Anderson gets some clutch, tough yards before he's stopped by Rich Ballot. It's a Cardinal first down, 17-yard gain.
This is a thing that Neil Lomax was saying he has to do more, is have a little patience. If you're getting rushed, if they're coming, find the short guy. You see, Otis Anderson started to block there. He looked deep. He couldn't find anything. Didn't take the sack. Didn't force anything. Just found Anderson, gave it to him, and picked up a first down. He said before, they went through a problem there where they had a lot of interceptions and turnovers. He said he was just trying to force. He was just getting impatient. He said he feels that he's learned not to do that now.
Lone setback is Anderson. Lomax on a draw play. Nothing doing. Flags are down very quickly, way back deep. In the Redskins secondary, Darrell Grant was the first man. I think they might have let the 30-second clock expire.
Delay of game, number 15, offense, first down.
Let's check out what's happening. Cincinnati has come back to tie Buffalo at 7. Green Bay 10, Minnesota nothing. Tampa Bay 10, the New York Jets nothing. Cleveland 7, Houston nothing. All of those in the first quarter. It's also first quarter at RFK Stadium with the Redskins leading the Cardinals 6-0. First and 15. Lomax will throw it on first down. Outside to Anderson. Anderson hammers it up to the 30 before Dave Butts chases him down with help from Neil Oakowitz.
That's one of those things that the 49ers do so well on first down, using a run in lieu of a pass. You want to get the ball to Otis Anderson, and you can run him inside or outside. And the third thing you can do is just throw a little loop to him. Of course, they'd like to pick up more than that. You'd like to pick up 5 or 6 yards on that on first down.
Well, remember they had a penalty on first down, so they got 7. So it's 2nd and 8.
That's what you like to get, about 7 yards on first down.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
Roy Green way out wide to the left. Nothing doing up the middle this time. Darrell Grant on the bottom of the pile again. It would seem that most of the light rain that was falling earlier has stopped. Yeah,
but that's good. I'd like to see a little rain out there. You know, look at Otis Anderson walking back. It's the first quarter. Look, he got mud on his pants and stuff, running back. I mean, that's football to me. You know, the amazing thing, look, I mean, some good dirt, mud. That's the way it should be. You know, the Cardinals, this is their 16th game, but it's only their second game on grass all year.
Going for Green. The other Green was there with him, and there's no penalty call. Darrell Green was right back there with him step for step.
I'm surprised at that one. Roy Green didn't even complain, because watch Darrell Green's right hand there. He hit him there. That is interference right there. And then he comes in now. He's trying to get his arm in there, but there's a double dipper there before the ball got there. They could have called Darrell Green on that
twice.
2 times.
Questionable. Mike Nelms back deep for the Redskins. Carl Birdsong putting for St. Louis. Good kick by Birdsong. Chases Nelms back to his 23-yard line. Nelms hadn't been able to break much. Charlie Baker down to make the hit that stopped them, and the Cardinals have done a heck of a job in special teams in every category the last few weeks. In fact, Joe Gibbs says that's the way they beat us the first time. Their special teams outplayed our special teams. That's Summerall and John Madden, and we're at RFK Stadium in Washington, where the Redskins lead the Cardinals 6-0 with 5:48 left to play in the first quarter. Jim Hannafin, Cardinal coach, Monk in motion. Fake to Riggins. For Monk. Dropped it. Had it and dropped it. Incomplete. Lionel Washington was in the foot race with him, and it wasn't much of a race. Monk just blew it right by him.
Like the ball could have been bobbled a little as he was running. You know, the jolting motion of the running looked like it bobbled the ball right out, because he just makes an up move. He goes right by Lionel Washington. Look, and the ball is right there. He has it under control, but it looked like as he was moving, he could just never get control of it down low. I mean, but he had caught the pass, it looked like.
Like he was trying to make the adjustment after he caught it. Just couldn't hang on. Cardinals dodge a bullet. Monk is out wide to the right again. Calvin Mohammed to the left. Don't be surprised to see Theismann go again, is what I was about to say to Mohammed. That's incomplete. Jeff Griffin was the nearest defender. Joe Washington comes in and Riggins comes out.
You know, the interesting thing about that play, Pat, it was an audible by Joe Theismann. The Redskins call the plays from the sidelines, very little audibleizing. In fact, when Joe Theismann says yellow 30, that means nothing. That's just a dummy call. That time he went 0-22 because he saw a safety blitz, and that meant the slant to Mohammed.
Monk comes out to the left this time. Mohammed is to the right. That's Didier on the move. Theismann. Decided to work it back the other way, and they get a first down. Lionel Washington was the defender, a gain of 15.
Watch Calvin Mohammed. He's starting out on the right side now. He's going to run an in pattern right in here towards us. He comes down. Joe Theismann hits him right on the move. I don't know that I've seen Joe Theismann start as hot as he is today. Let's watch Curtis Greer and Joe Jacoby here. As I said, now what Curtis Greer is trying to do is just run right by him, and Joe Jacoby is just trying to take his momentum and push him beyond the quarterback.
Riggins is back, and here he goes. He doesn't go very far. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage before E.J. Jr. and Charlie Baker. You're talking about the little rain and mud. E.J. Jr. said he really liked that. We talked with him last night.
Yeah, he said that's the way it should be. He remembered back to high school games he played on grass. You know, as I said, the Cardinals have only played, this is only their second game all year. And he said it's really going to be nice to get out there, be a middle linebacker. He said guys like Butkus and Nitschke and Sam Huff and those guys.
He's going to the Pro Bowl. Started the year playing outside linebacker and moved into the middle. So this is just his 5th game in the middle. Short blitz. Here it comes. They get it outside to Don Warren. A pickup of only about 3 before Thomas Howard takes him down. Junior was on a blitz that time.
Yeah, I was saying earlier what a game Joe Theismann was having, because you take the 1 touchdown pass he's thrown, Art Monk drops another one, and then Calvin Muhammad drops one on him. He could be very close to perfect in this game.
3rd down and about 8. Washington comes in for Riggins. Joe Washington, that is. Didier moves again. Pressure. Theismann gets out of it. Theismann gets almost completely out of it. He is hammered by Thomas Howard.
Now, I don't know how he gets up after some of those hits, because that happened to him all last week, and he just seems to be built out of rubber or something. He just gets hit and bounces up. Watch him here. David Galloway is the first guy. He gets here. Theismann gets away. Bubba Baker has him by the jersey. He gets away from that. And then look at the hits that he takes right there at the end of it. Thomas Howard's going to be the guy coming in at the end. He's darn near going without a jersey. Make it out there.
Excuse me, John. They give Baker the credit for the sack. He's the one who ripped the jersey off. But Galloway was the man who chased him out of the pocket. Hayes hangs it high. Danny Pittman lets it bounce. It goes out of bounds at about the 22-yard line where the Cardinals will take over. 33-yard punt, no return. 2:44 left to play in the first quarter, with the Redskins up by 6 over St. Louis. You know, I've heard of guys being held together by a shoestring, but here's Theismann.
Well, you know, he got his jersey ripped there, and they don't have a lot of materials down there like needles and threads and that stuff, so they're trying to sew it back together with a shoestring. Look at that. More things you can do. Theismann saying, "Get me back together. I got to play when we get the ball again. Hurry up." That's what they say.
Earl Farrell and O.J. Anderson with a runner. They get it to Farrell. Lomax does. Farrell gets outside the 35 to the 37. Olkowitz and Malott converge after a gain of 16.
It's an interesting thing here, you know, picking up a 16 yards on that play. And it's the type of thing that I think Lomax is really learning. You see again here, he's trying to go deep. You see, he tried to go to the right, tried to go to the left. Now, instead of forcing something, he says, okay, I'll just dump it off right here to Earl Farrell and still get 16 yards.
And he gives most of that credit to his coach, Rod Dowhauer. He said before, I dropped 3 yards, 8 yards, 5 yards, rolled out, sprinted out, whatever I wanted to do. Now it's discipline. Lomax back to throw. Got it to Green. Green looks like he's very close to a first down. Darrell Green on the stop. Excuse me.
That's going to be an interesting matchup all day, because Darrell Green was telling us that wherever Roy Green goes, I'm going to cover him. Both of them were selected to the Pro Bowl this week, so they're both Pro Bowl players going one-on-one against each other. Now that's a pretty good match within a good match. You know what I mean? A game within a game.
They're both refreshing guys to talk to, aren't they?
Well, they are, and they play refreshing. They have a lot of life in them, a lot of bounce in them. And did you see that yardstick down there? That looked like that was taped together.
Well, it's the 16th game.
No, it looked like Theismann jersey. It looked like something George Preston Marshall brought here with him in the Redskins.
That's where Theismann got his jersey.
I like those old things. That's good. You'll get it back to what it was.
Yeah, that's why we get along. Anderson over the right side on first down. Dexter Manley on the bottom of the pile, but Anderson got about 4 or 5.
I'll tell you, he's a big guy, isn't he, that Otis Anderson? He's one of those, most halfbacks try and juke you or run around you. Otis Anderson is one that loves to punish you, to run over, to find a guy, a safety, that he can hit and hurt. I guess when they played Philadelphia, they had a real thing. You know, they have up there Wes Hopkins as the hard-hitting safety. Every time Anderson would break into clear, he'd try and find Hopkins to run over him.
Second down and 5. Fullbacks out to Anderson. Faced by Malott. Fumble. The Redskins can come up with it. Vernon Dean out of bounds, back close to midfield, but the Redskins have the ball. Rich Malott, I think, made the hit that caused the fumble, and Dean is limping off. Vernon Dean, after coming up with a fumble, is hurt.
Watch this, it's the same type of thing. Lomax again dumps off to Otis Anderson. He's dangerous in the open field. Starts to make a move. Just as he gets hit on the left shoulder by Monty Coleman, the ball bounces out. Vernon Dean picks it up, stepped out of bounds right there, so they blew the whistle. Anytime you start to talk about a guy, something happens to him all the time, like Otis Anderson, and he fumbled. But that's really hurt the Cardinals all year, is turnovers.
They went through a series of 3 weeks where they averaged about 6 a week. They can do anything with it. Heisman back to throw and goes down the middle of Monk. Monk with about a 9-yard pickup. Benny Perrin and Lionel Washington. This is Vernon Dean. They're looking at his right ankle. That turnover business we were just talking about. Well, they lost to Dallas and to the Rams and to the Giants. They were a serious problem. Then they cut them down and they started to win again.
That's the thing. And then you play the Redskins, and you really can't have turnovers against the Redskins because they're so opportunistic. You know, anytime they get one, they usually get a score with it.
Ask Dallas about it after last week. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, the Redskins leading the Cardinals by the score of 6-0. Spins in the Cardinals for the NFC Eastern Division Championship. They give to Riggins. Riggins barrels over the right side, gets a first down inside the Cardinal 40. David Galloway picked him up and put him down.
There's a guy that's an underrated player, I think, is David Galloway. You know, he plays that right tackle there for the Cardinals, and he's a great, big, strong guy. And I was talking yesterday to Russ Grimm about him. Just watch him in there. He's right over the center there. And Grimm said, you know, he's one of those guys that you have to go all day against. He said he has a motor that runs about 110 miles an hour. I like that. Yeah, motors run fast. Good motor.
Russ Grimm has one of those motors. Here's Riggins again, behind Jacoby and Grimm. Riggins barrels, is hammered by the Cardinals, but gets down to about the 31-yard line.
Talk about Russ Grimm. Watch the play that he makes on Thomas Howard. He's number 68 in the white. Now watch him. He's pulling right here. Now watch. Here's a way to pull and block someone. Just knock them right on their back and then let the big diesel run right by you. Now that's a block. That's the way pulling guards should pull. That's the way they should block when they get there. They're going, boom.
Getting behind those two guys, you're getting behind 600 pounds. 2nd and 2 from the 32. Theismann fakes to Riggins and takes off with it himself, and Theismann sprints out of bounds at the 25 with a first down.
All the other Redskins are walking back to the huddle, and they're all talking about that play. They were saying, what did he do? Did you see it? I'm sure that Joe Theismann didn't tell anyone around that.
That's when that play is most effective.
Watch that. He'll just fake it. You see that? They all think he's going, oh, no. He just missed the handoff. He didn't tell him. Riggins wasn't tight enough. He started to hand to him to the right. He wasn't there, so he just kept it and went the other way. Because I knew those linemen didn't know where Theismann was. They were like, hey, what happened? Where'd he go? How'd he get over there?
Well, you know, Riggins didn't practice except the walkthrough yesterday, so maybe he just missed it. Monk comes back to his right. Theismann goes to him. Not much yardage, but another completion. Wayne Smith on the tackle.
You know, Charlie Hennigan, who has the reception record of all time that Art Monk is trying to break today, said one thing that he likes about Monk. He said if someone's going to break it, he would like to see him break it because he's playing and winning games. He's playing for championships. He's playing in big games. And if you can do it under those situations, you deserve the record.
He needs 3 to set the record and pass Charlie Hennigan. second down. It's 6. It was intended for Monk. Lionel Washington was out there with him.
Art Monk was complaining about something, but Lionel Washington was beaten by Monk, but he was just able to get between Theismann and Monk. Now watch Monk. He's the inside guy, and he's saying he grabbed him there. He did. He grabbed his jersey. Watch his right shoulder pad. You see it there? Look. That's what Monk's saying. Look, he grabbed my jersey right off the shoulder pad, Rap.
Well, he had evidence.
He did. He went right into the jersey.
No fingerprints, but evidence. Third down and 6, and Joe Washington is in instead of Riggins. Didier in motion. Theismann retreats. He has Calvin Muhammad for a Redskin first down. Jeff Griffin was a defender, a gain of 10. They move down to the Cardinal 12-yard line.
Watch Muhammad now. He knows how much he has to get for a first down. You see him get that right arm up to knock Griffin off and then just run the out pattern on him. But he knew how much he had to get. He got beyond the first down marker, and then he threw the right arm, boom, knocked off Griffin, and then ran an out pattern.
Calvin Muhammad is a player, obviously, but he has a chance to be very, very good.
Bill Gibbs said if you'd watch him now, you think he's a first-round draft choice.
Riggins to the left. Hit behind the line of scrimmage and just about got back that far. Ramsey Dardar hit him first, and he got an assist from David Galloway.
I'll tell you one thing about that Cardinal defense, and Riggins was going to know it at the end of this game, too. They have a real tough middle. David Galloway, Ramsey Dardar, and E.J. Jr. play that middle strong.
Elois Grooms has come in to play in the middle now. Ramsey Dardar is out. They go with a 3-down lineman set up, and now they put another man down. Theismann back to throw. Cardinals have a blitz. It's Monk. Into the end zone, touchdown. His second of the day. This time is successful, but there's a flag down. Penalty marker down.
Roughing the kicker, so the point will count, and the penalty then would go on the kickoff. That would be an interesting thing if it's a 15-yard penalty. Let's watch Art Monk again. Joe Theismann is watching to his right all the way. Finds Monk, the short guy, hits him. Monk knows where that end zone. He just turns right up there, makes one little move, and the ball breaks the play. Watch him here. He's Lionel Washington is number 48. Monk starts in a short motion, stops, makes a move on Washington. He can't recover, gets back to the outside. It's been a tough thing for Washington. Watch him. He got beat for the touchdown, and he's the guy that they called the penalty on right there for roughing Mark Mosley. It's a double dipper, 2 for 2.
Redskins up 13-0 now with 11:54 left in the first half. 13-0. The Redskins scoring drive. 9 plays, 52 yards. They kept it 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Art Monk with 2 touchdown catches from Theismann. Jeff Hayes drills it to Danny Pittman, who's going to bring it out or try to. Pittman outside the 20, about the 22. Anthony Jones was down to make the stop. The Cardinals down 13-0 will operate from their own 22-yard line. They got to get something going. Redskin offense over on the bench. Riggins with a little oxygen.
That was Don Breaux, the running back coach here. He's trying to talk to him, and Riggins is trying to get oxygen. See, that's kind of put in priority. You get the oxygen before you listen to the coach, but you don't do both.
Lomax on first down goes to Green. Steps out of bounds after a pickup of about 8. Darrell Green was over there. Cincinnati has taken the lead over Buffalo 14-7. Second quarter, they need it. Chicago 7, Detroit 3. That's also in the second quarter. The Cardinal defense, that's their coach Floyd Peters.
I'll tell you, Floyd Peters is one of the top defensive line coaches in this league. Wherever he goes, he always has a 4-man line and a very active 4-man line.
Second and 2 as Farrell is in front of Anderson, and Anderson swings over to the right side. Close to a first down before Charles Mann, the left defensive end for the Redskins, takes him down.
Now, one thing the Cardinals talked about last night is being in a big game like this and not having been in one for a long time. That they were worried that they may start off a little nervous. You know, the crowd, this whole scene here in Washington. But if that were true, they should be working themselves out of it by now.
They better. Dexter Manley, they bring the chains out to measure. Looks like he might be a little bit short.
Yeah, that's short.
Not much. About a foot. 140 consecutive sellouts they've had since 1966. Stadium opened in 1961.
I'll tell you one thing about these people here. Not only do they all show up and fill all those seats, but they know what to do when they get here. They're good rooters.
With a lot of enthusiasm. Third and short. Randy Love is in the game now in front of Anderson. The give is to Anderson. I don't know if he got it or not. I don't think so.
Get it, Pat. The right side of the defense of the Redskins really got too much penetration.
It was Tom Beasley who made the initial hit, and look at those fans you were talking about.
Oh, yeah. This place will shake sometime today. Yeah, Tom Beasley, Rich Malott on that side. Beasley goes in for Dexter Manley. You see the penetration there? You see the white jerseys got on the other side of the Cardinal jerseys, and there was no place for Otis Anderson to go.
They just beat him at the offensive line. Line of scrimmage.
You can't have penetration on short yardage.
Birdsong back to punt, and Nelms back deep for the Redskins. Shanked off the side of his foot and fielded only about 10 yards down the field by Greg Williams. That's about the worst kick I ever saw.
I've never seen a punt like that. That's a playground punt. That thing was just a line drive. Williams was just a blocker. He wasn't even a punt returner. That's worse than a shank. Watch this thing. It's a line drive. It's just going to barely get over the offensive line. Watch him. That thing just goes like a little line drive to third base. Williams like the third baseman. You know, it looked like just before he kicked the ball, he kind of stepped his toe. Watch him, just before he kicks it. You see the right foot? Yeah, it looked like he got a hunk of dirt, like a shank. You know how you, in golf, you hit behind the thing?
Hit it fat.
Yeah, that's what I do.
You don't get much yardage that way. And he didn't either. Jeff Bostic, the injured Redskin center who went to the Pro Bowl last year, hurt his knee against the Cardinals in their first meeting, and there's his brother, Joe Bostic.
His mother and father are in the stands. I asked his father yesterday who he's going to root for. He said, it depends where I am. He was at the Redskin practice. He's wearing a Redskin hat. He goes to the Cardinal practice, wears a Cardinal hat. Doesn't tell anyone who he really roots for.
That's Monk in motion as they go from the Cardinal 44 and go for more. It's for Monk. Almost intercepted by Lee Nelson, who got over to help out Lionel Washington. And he's going to need some help with Art Monk.
Lee Nelson had a good read on that. He was over there. I don't know that Joe Theismann saw him coming, and the ball was right in his hands. He just dropped that one. That's why he's shaking his head. You don't get too many of those opportunities.
2nd and 10 as you look at the massive hands and arms of Dave Butts. 6'7" and 295.
I'll tell you, he's happy today. You know why? Because it's cold. Big guys like cold weather.
2nd down. Didier in motion. The blitz is on, and Theismann saw it coming. To Muhammad, who hangs on. Short of a 1st down. Gain of 9. Wayne Smith on the tackle. It'll be 3rd and short, about 1.
You know, the guy who does a good job there is John Riggins. We'll see Junior. He's the guy right here. He's going to be blitzing. But watch John Riggins right here. He makes a good block on the outside guy. You see Nelson coming, and then Junior goes in the middle. They had a double blitz. They had the linebacker and safety coming, and they picked him up.
Wansley comes to the right this time, and Riggins will probably go in that direction. And he does, and gets the 1st down. Kurt Ollerman made the initial hit. It's close, and I'm pretty sure he got it.
I wonder if they don't have it. I wonder what Joe Gibbs will do.
They're very efficient on 4th and short.
I don't think they have it.
He wants to go for it. He wants to go for it. They're going to measure. And if you have Riggins, I think you've got a pretty good chance.
Well, it just depends on where that guy put his foot down there. Someday they're going to have that thing that I said, that beam that gets away. One of the Cardinal players is down there holding the ball. Look at Joe. He's going to go for it. Yeah, he says go. What the heck? I got Riggins. Again, he'll go. He'll run Riggins. He'll run him to the left side behind Jacoby and Grimm.
And just a couple of inches. They have converted on 4th down 11 out of 14 times when they've tried. Theismann asked for quiet. Wansley moves to the left. Riggins moves up. And he moves up a little more. It's close. It's still going to be close as Benny Perrin cut him down.
I don't think he made it from here. Because he had it. He couldn't get in there. He had to bounce to the outside. And when he bounced to the outside, Benny Perrin, the free safety, was able to get up and tackle him in the open field. That's not a 1st down. In fact, they're not even going to measure it. Now watch it here. He's going to start to the left side. You see, starting here. Couldn't find any hole in there. Watch 23. Benny Perrin come up. Now that's a heck of a tackle for a little guy.
Joe Gibbs' reaction. Come on, John. And now the statistic is 11 out of 15 instead of 14. 9:07 left to play in the 1st half. We'd like to remind you that next Saturday there's NCAA basketball on CBS Sports. UCLA, coached by former Bruin star Walt Hazzard, will go to Madison Square Garden to play the Red Men of St. John's and Lou Carnesecca. We'll look at a couple of great players, Chris Mullen and Walter Berry. We're looking at a lot of great players right here. One who just made a great play was the man you just saw, Benny Perrin.
He was checking his nostrils out, see if he still had everything in there.
Manley after Lomax. Roy Green has got it, stays on his feet. Cut down finally by Ken Coffey. But it's a Cardinal 1st down and a pickup of 24.
That's one thing the Cardinals are going to have to do to win this game and to get back into the game. They have to get the ball in the hands of their best player, and it's this guy, Roy Green. Watch the way he comes down the field, puts pressure on the defense, makes them get back, catches the ball, gets off a couple of tacklers, and finally gets knocked down by the 3rd.
I thought it was interesting, John, when you asked him last night if there was any pattern when he didn't make some kind of an adjustment, and he said there's only one, and that's a fly pattern.
He said every other pattern he has 4 possible adjustments.
Anderson over the right side, cuts back to the line of scrimmage, might have picked up a yard, and it was a tough yard as Darryl Grant was there to cut him down.
You know, the other thing you're talking about, Roy Green, is it's amazing to me how fresh he is. You know, here it is, the 16th game of the season. Of course, it's a big game, but you see him running down the field. He looked like a deer.
He can really run.
And it's not easy to play in 16 games, but to stay fresh for 16 games is darn near impossible.
Money's a factor, but you got to enjoy the game to do that.
And have a lot of ability.
2nd and 9 from the Redskin 40 for the Cardinals as Lomax. Like he expected blitz. He got more than that. Darryl Grant was there first. Dexter Manley was there second.
That looked like an awfully slow setting up draw. We'll see from the left side of the screen, we'll see the Redskins were in a stunt. Darryl Grant going to the outside, Manley coming to the inside, and the draw didn't fool them at all. They just ran right into it.
Charles Mann also got a piece of the action. Manley was there first. Mann was there about the same time as they go shotgun on 3rd and 13 from the Redskin 44. Lomax gets it out to Anderson. There's nothing there, and the Redskin defense one more time rises to the occasion.
I'll tell you, the Cardinals had great pass protection on that play. Neil Lomax had all day, but the Redskins had better pass defense downfield. There was no rush at all on Lomax. No one was getting there, but he didn't have anyone open. Everyone was covered downfield, and he had to throw the ball off to O.J. Anderson.
Birdsong will hope to better his last effort. Helms is back deep for the Redskins at the 10. High snap. Birdsong comes down with it, gets off a high kick. Angling out of bounds. And what a kick. Boy, he made some amends. Birdsong knocks it dead at the 1-yard line. 43-yard punt and no return. He'll feel better. 13-0 Washington.
They go.
That's Stump Mitchell, who was hit on a kickoff return earlier. Our information was it was a bruised thigh. I don't want to be pessimistic, John, but that looks like it might be more than a bruised thigh.
I would think so. At least they're going to check something that could be more than a bruised thigh. Of course, they can take him into the locker room now and x-ray him. They have x-ray machines right here in the site.
Redskins from their own 1, and Riggins pounds to about the 2, and E.J. Jr. is there to take him down.
I'll tell you, the Cardinals are doing a good job on stopping Riggins. Up until that carry, he carried 10 times for 22 yards. The last 3 carries, he hadn't gained a yard. Watch number 54, E.J. Jr. there. He's keying on Riggins. He goes parallel. When he goes parallel, he finds a little hole in there and just sneaks in, gets a hunk of him, and then all his buddies come and jump on him.
Second down and 9. 5:48 left to go in the first half. Theismann going to work. It's picked off. Wayne Smith picks it off. And the Cardinals think they have a touchdown. The officials haven't signaled yet. They say no. Mohammed was the intended receiver. The Cardinals will have it first and goal at about the 1-foot line. Clint Didier is injured. 12-yard return to the 1-yard line. That can turn things around.
That's a dangerous pass down there. Wayne Smith really got a jump on it. Let's watch it here. He's a defender at the top there. The defender at the top of the screen. Watch him. He's looking at him. Here comes Muhammad in the slant. Now that really wasn't a very good throw. I mean, it was just thrown in front of him and over his head. Muhammad looked like he was covered all around and wasn't sure exactly where to go. Now Theismann knows that once you throw an interception, you have to go and try and tackle the guy.
Muhammad, I think that was just a mix-up between Theismann and Muhammad, because Muhammad started to stop and then started again. It happened to Duck Donnelly last week. I think it was just a misread.
I think so, because that's one of the problems that they've been having all year with Muhammad and Theismann, is not really getting each other's reads properly.
In any case, the Cardinals have a first down at the Redskin 1-foot line. 5:37 left to play first half. And the Cardinals trying to get back in the contest. Lomax gets it into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Louis.
I'll tell you one thing, there's a couple things that are going to come back to haunt the Redskins. One is the missed extra point. Two was going on fourth down and not getting it. And now three is that interception. And two of those things work together.
Jim Hanahan recaptures some enthusiasm for this contest. Neil O'Donoghue. The holder is Benny Parent. A very, very important extra point this might turn out to be. O'Donoghue gets it over the net and over everything. And it's 13-7.
Let's watch this play right here again. Now here's Muhammad here. Here's Wayne Smith here. He's going to come in and run a slant. Now it looks like he's confused in here. Wayne Smith gets a jump on the ball and takes it down to the 1-yard line. But watch Muhammad there. He's the outside guy. Turns out now he comes in. You see him, but he kind of stops there. It looks like Theismann was leading him in. Wayne Smith saw it. Muhammad didn't.
And that mistake led to the touchdown. It puts the Cardinals closer. It's 13-7. A little bit more interesting now. Washington 13, St. Louis 7. Second quarter we are. O'Donoghue set to kick off, and Mike Nelms will be back deep for the Redskins. O'Donoghue, a high kick. It's Keith Griffin instead of Nelms. And Griffin gets it out to the 30. Good running by Keith Griffin. Dave Aarons again on the tackle, a 21-yard return. Griffin was injured on the opening kickoff. Didn't look like he'd be back, but he is.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing about this game so far. It's really not much of a running game. Washington has run 12 for 29 yards, 2.4 average. St. Louis has run 10 times for 8 yards, 0.8 per carry. Not a big running game on the grass. Mud, dirt, run.
5:25 left to play first half. 13-7 Redskins. Monk moves in motion. Theismann going back to work. And going deep for Calvin Muhammad, who's got it. Wayne Smith back there with him, the guy who made the interception. Goes from champion to victim. 60 yards.
One that Joe Theismann doesn't have any problems with Calvin Muhammad on him. This is just go. You run by Wayne Smith, Calvin. Run as fast as you can. I'll lay it out, lay it out in front of you. You catch it and keep running until you get to about the 10-yard line. That works. That's better than that slant coming off the goal line.
No mistakes and no reads there.
Just run fast. I'll throw long.
It's first and goal at the 10. Muhammad's caught 4 for 93 yards. Riggins, Didier's back in the game. And that's he who starts in motion quickly. Almost a touchdown, and there's the flag down. It was intended for Art Monk. Lionel Washington was the defender.
That'll put the ball right down on the goal line. If that's interference against the Cardinals.
Holding.
That's only a 5-yard penalty.
That'll
Gibbs is saying, where are we now?
That'll make it first and
Number
goal
48,
for 5.
defense. Automatic first down.
Automatic first down at the 5. It'll take the Redskins long to get back, did it?
Well, it doesn't when you have a guy like Art Monk on one side, Calvin Muhammad on the other side, a big offensive line, and a guy throwing it like Joe Theismann's throwing it.
Washington has not been penalized at all, by the way. The Cardinals 4 times for 25 yards. 5 clutch ones right there. 4:39 left to play. The handoff is to Riggins. And the Diesel is in the end zone. For the extra point with Theismann holding. It's good. 70 yards in 2 plays.
Watch this counter play. Riggins takes a little step to the left. Grimm pulls, buries his guy. Jacoby pulls. He follows them both in from the right side this time. They can run to the left side behind him. But watch it here. How they pull both the left guard and left tackle. Right here, right here. Now this guy Riggins, he takes a little step here, a little counter, then right back in behind the 2 big guys from the left side. Watch me see the little counter step. Grimm in front first, big Jacoby coming around second, big Riggins coming around third, and into the end zone.
Grimm and Jacoby both got good blocks, and Riggins broke 2 tackles. Stop. Christmas Day on CBS Sports, we'll have a football, basketball doubleheader for you. First at 12:30 Eastern, the College All-Stars will play in the 47th annual Blue-Gray Football Classic. Then after that, at 3:30 Eastern time, the NBA on CBS returns with a matchup of Eastern Conference powers. The 76ers and the Pistons. Danny Pittman on the return for the Cardinals. Pittman to the 25. Anthony Jones doing a good job on special teams again today. Makes the stop. There's Riggins.
There's a fullback. You got that. You got a little sweat on you, towel over your head. You don't shave. You don't shave to play. Have a jacket on. It's not ripped anymore. Just finish the oxygen after you get a touchdown. Little smile. You don't keep it there long now. Fullback.
Not a long smile.
No. Short one. Just real like that.
20-7. 4:24 left in the first half at RFK. Lomax going to work, or hoping to. Gets it out to Anderson outside the 30. Pickup of about 6. Mel Kaufman stopped him.
There's a typical defensive player. See, look, you got mud. Now, you don't want too much mud on your back. You don't want, I mean, you like to have it on your front where you're giving it to them, but you got mud there, you know, and the things and the pads and all that stuff. But you don't want too much on the back.
Well, it's tougher for us if you got mud on the back. You got a few threads hanging down there, too.
Foul.
The give is to Farrell this time. He is hammered by Darrell Grant and a couple of other Redskins. Rich Malott. Boy, they fired up.
They ran right into a stun on that one. Dexter Manley comes inside. Darrell Grant comes to the outside, right around Manley. And when you run into a Darrell Grant, you're running into a 280-pound load. He is a load.
He plays on special teams and everything. They can't get him off.
Joe Gibbs will never forget the first day he came to the camp. He got hit lifting weights, cut his whole forehead open, came back in the afternoon to lift again wearing a helmet.
Lomax under pressure by Perry Brooks. In the grasp and down, and a sack by Perry Brooks. The Redskins' second of the day. They may be in the playoffs, but they are fired up.
They want to come into playoffs through the front door. You know, last week Perry Brooks had one in the grasp against the Cowboys. Perry Brooks is the right tackle. They blew the whistle, but Danny White threw an interception. And I said that's one time Perry Brooks didn't want a sack. He told me yesterday, he said, yeah, I did want the sack. Yeah, he said, I wanted it. I was yelling for the sack, not the interception. It's the way defensive linemen think.
Birdsong back to punt. Nilms back to catch. Block. Rich Maudie blocked it and picked it up. He was great on special teams for New Orleans, and the crowd really is into it now.
Outside, Pat, and he looked like he took it right off of his toe. He's right here. Yeah, now he's right here. Now he comes out, but he comes inside right here, and he looks like he takes it right off Birdsong's toe. Watch him, he comes inside right there. Now he took it right off his foot.
They go to work. Theismann does quickly. Lays it outside to Didier. Incomplete. Smith was the defender out there with him.
Let's watch Maudie again. See, he faked to the outside, came to the inside. Now watch the block. He gets both hands up just as it leaves Birdsong's foot. He picks it right off there, knocks it down. Now he comes over and recovers it. Well, I'll tell you, you don't think a lot about special teams, but they can make so doggone many big plays for you throughout a season.
As I said, he was great on special teams for New Orleans before he came here. Second down from the 9. Theismann looking. Theismann hustling to the right side. Chased by Baker. Fakes. Theismann himself gets down inside the 5.
Clint Didier fell into a block on that play. Clint Didier was trying to get open, and one of the Cardinals came over and knocked Didier down, and it turned into a block for Theismann. Let's watch Didier on this play. Look, he starts out helping on Bubba Baker. Now he sees that there's a little trouble there, so he wants to be a receiver. Now watch, he's trying to get open. The guy hits him, knocks him down. Theismann sees it. He thinks it's a block, so he runs off it. Not bad.
David Galloway, he shielded off. Third and goal from the 4. Didier lines up in front of Riggins, and now he moves. Theismann looks in his direction. Theismann met by E.J. Jr. And he takes him down at the 5, and we will probably see Mark Mosley.
Can you believe Joe Theismann on that play, Pat? He tried to cut back and stiff arm on E.J. Jr.
That's confidence.
That is confidence. Well, no, that's overconfidence. When you're the quarterback, you just want to get down. But watch Theismann here. I think he wants to go out here to Didier. He gets the blitz by Nelson. Now watch him here. He starts to look. He put his left. He was going to straight arm him, like those old pictures you used to have. Didn't work.
Posing for the Heisman Trophy, maybe. 20-7 with 2 minutes left, first half. 20-7. The Redskins over with 2 minutes left in the first half. Mosley is on for a field goal of 26 yards. 21 yards, I'm sorry. He's 21 out of 28 on the year. Theismann will hold. Mosley got it. And it's 23-7 in favor of the Redskins. Other scores around the league. We'll have an opportunity to check right now. Cincinnati in command in that situation. They need to win, and Pittsburgh needs to lose later on this afternoon. The Bears 14-6 over Detroit now in the second quarter. Green Bay mopping up with Minnesota 31-0. 17-7 the Buccaneers over the Jets. John McKay's last game as the NFL head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. New England 13, Indianapolis 0. Cleveland 10, Houston 7 at the half. At RFK, it's 23-7. The Redskins over the Cardinals for the NFC Eastern Championship. Cardinals win, they're the champions. Redskins hold on and win, they're the champions, and get a week off. The Cardinals will get a week off too. This is Danny Pittman at the 5. Pittman to about the 26 before he's cut down by the Redskins. Pete Cronin, the captain of their special teams. St. Louis has 1:53 left on the clock. They have all of their timeouts remaining. So does Washington. Go back and replay this first half. There have been a lot of crucial things and critical things have happened.
And a lot of those things also happened against the Redskins, but again, being the championship type, the championship team, the experience in those types of things, they've been able to play themselves out of it.
Cardinals operate with 3 wide receivers. Neil Lomax can't find him. Spins it out to O.J. Anderson. And Anderson whirls up close to midfield. Out of bounds at the 46 by Vernon Dean.
That's what I was talking about, Otis Anderson there, the way he finishes off a run. He knew that he was going to go out of bounds, but before he did, he wanted to take a shot here on Vernon Dean. But watch him now. Lomax is trying to go deep. He couldn't find anyone, so he throws it off out here to the right. Now watch Anderson. He's not just going to run out of bounds. See him just before he gets it. He lowered that left shoulder and said, "Give me one good shot before I go out."
A gain of 19. Lomax back quickly. Look out. He does get it away to Green, and what a catch by Roy Green. Spectacular catch by Roy Green, who's hurt a little bit. He might be shaken a bit.
Yeah, but what a throw by Neil Lomax on that play. He was, as you said, look out. He got hit just as he threw that one to Roy Green.
Green is down.
Watch Roy Green. He's the slot man, the second guy in there. Comes up, runs a quick in. Now he's wide open there, catches the ball. I think what happened to him, I think he just fell on the ball and probably had the wind knocked out of him. But watch Lomax. Watch, just as he steps up, he sees Green. He throws that ball, and look at the jolt that he takes by Charles Mann from behind. Whew. I tell you, that'll clear the sinuses.
The quarterbacks do earn the money. Green, I think, is okay. I think what happened is he just landed on the ball and the wind is knocked out of him. I think he's all right.
And I'm sure if he's all right that they want to get him well quickly and get him right back in on the next play. Not this play, but the next one.
That's a timeout charge to St. Louis, by the way.
In fact, Roy Green is over in the Cardinal huddle on the sideline. And with the timeout, he could go back in, but I don't think he's going to on this play.
If there is an injury after the 2-minute warning, it's a charged timeout. That's what happened to the Cardinals right there. Timeouts are important, but not as important as Roy Green.
Right, and when you're on the 30-yard line with 1:33 seconds, that's plenty of time.
They go with 2 tight ends and 1 setback. That's Anderson as Lomax comes out of the pocket and throws. He got Pat Tilley for a first down at about the 21.
You know, you always wonder at the end of the game or the end of the half why it's so easy, and everyone says, well, why don't they play it like this all the time? Why haven't they been doing it? I think this is Pat Tilley's first catch. Well, the defense is playing a different type of defense. That was Tilley's second catch.
Right.
But they're playing a different type of defense because they're trying to use the clock, and these things do work, but maybe the Redskins are getting a little too soft.
Roy Green is back, by the way, in the slot. Tilley is wide to the left. Pittman is wide to the right. Green, some funny motion. Lomax going in that direction. He may have him. No, it's picked off by Darrell Green. Darrell Green made a great recovery. Dexter Manley put the heat on Lomax.
Starts in motion. He's going to be out there in the left. Pretty good pass protection. They pick everything off. Now, right at the end, Manley was right there by Lomax. Maybe that took a little off it and let Darrell Green get in front of Roy Green for the interception. Big play for the Redskins. That has to hurt those Cardinals.
Manley was right in Lomax's face, and as you said, he couldn't get much on the throw.
watch the interception again. Here's Roy Green. He's going to start here, go in motion, stop, come back. Then he's going to come up, running out, and then an up. But Darrell Green right here stays with him all the way and gets the interception. Watch Roy Green and his quickness matched by Darrell Green and his quickness. See the motion to stop? Now he's going to come back here. Darrell Green staying with him all the way. Look, the out move, now the up move. He looks like he has him. Green is running stride for stride. The ball's thrown just a little short because Manley was there, and Darrell Green gets the interception.
And the Redskins move it back to the 20, and that's where they take over with 1:20 left to play in the first half. Riggins rolls left for about 6. E.J. Jr. made the stop.
Made the run. Grimm and Jacoby make the hole over there. There's Russ Grimm. He's firing out on Galloway. Jacoby's firing out on Greer. Look at Jacoby take Greer, stop him, turn him to the outside, and then here comes Riggo.
2nd and 4. Riggins again. Bangs out about a foot or two short of a first down before he's stopped by E.J. Jr. 35 seconds left to play in the first half, and the Cardinals take a timeout. I beg your pardon. It was not a timeout signal. It was a first down signal. Neil Lomax. Clock still runs. The word on Stump Mitchell is he has a deep thigh bruise and will not return. Theismann going to work. Covered by Wayne Smith. Coming up at the half in just a few seconds. Scores and highlights with Brent Nerve and John Jefferson, the forgotten man. Clock is stopped with 9 seconds left to play.
I'll tell you, Calvin Muhammad came to this team at the right time. You know, they had, other than Art Monk, they had really had injuries all year to their receivers, and they were able to pick up Muhammad in a trade. And now Charlie Brown is kind of back and in and out, but he hasn't played all day.
Theismann is just going to run out the clock. That'll be the end of the first half. That'll be the last play. The Redskins leave seemingly in command as they head for the halftime conference. The Redskins are on top of the Cardinals by the score of 23-7. And if you're a Redskin fan, you're enjoying this one because the Redskins lead 23-7 at the half. Pat Summerall here with John Madden again. John, what do you think the Cardinals really realistically have to do to get back into this thing?
Well, you know, the one thing, the Redskins are playing them in a soft defense, and Lomax really hasn't had much open down the field, so he's had to dump off a lot. I think one thing he has to do is tighten the Redskin defense up, and the way to do that is to be able to run. In the first half, the Cardinals have only rushed for 9 yards, and I don't think they have to run a lot, but I think they have to have some success with the run to tighten up that Redskin defense.
Let's go back and sort of review what happened in the first half and look at some of the crucial things. Here's Art Monk's first touchdown of the first half. He's had 2. Watch his work here on Lionel Washington. Up, gets away from him, starts to the post, goes to the corner. Great throw by Theismann, and a great effort by Art Monk, who is closing in on the all-time number of catches in a season in the NFL, held by Charlie Hennigan. Look at the hit that Theismann took, though, on that touchdown pass, just to give you a bit of evidence about how tough he is. Ramsey Dardar really put a whack on Joe Theismann. He never saw the completion, believe me. Later, John Madden will show you some other work.
Well, here's the big interception, and we're going to see Muhammad come in here and run kind of a confused slant. Wayne Smith jumps in front and gets the interception for the Cardinals. He got it down to about the 1-yard line, and they scored on the next play. But you see, Muhammad starts in. He starts to come under control. Theismann leads him in. Smith catches the ball and takes it down to the goal line. That was one big play for the Cardinals in the first half. And, of course, here's the thing that really hurt him was a block punt, the first of Birdsong's career. We see Rich Maudie. He fakes to the outside, comes to the inside, blocks the punt right here. This was a big play for the Redskins because they got this right after they'd scored. They had the momentum. This got big momentum back for them right away.
So we head into the second half at sold-out Robert F. Kennedy Stadium with the Redskins leading 23-7. Ready to go with the second half. Washington 23, St. Louis 7. Jeff Hayes kicks it off. Danny Pittman at the 7. With room. Pittman, good return, knocked out of bounds about the 39-yard line. Halftime statistics. Neither team has been able to run very much. Redskins only have 47 yards. The Cardinals just have 9.
That's the thing that I think they have to do. And again, as I said, I don't think they're going to beat the Redskins or even get close to them just running. But I think they have to run enough to tighten them up because they aren't able to get open in those mid-range and deep pass patterns.
Will operate the Cardinal offense from his own 38-yard line. Going right to work, or trying to, and there's the short pass for Roy Green. Roy Green lunges up close to a first. I'm sorry, it's John Good.
That was the thing. I think he was trying to go deep to Roy Green. Roy Green was on the same side, and he was running a quarter pattern. He was watching Roy Green, and then he had to come back short and dump off to John Good. Watch Roy Green come off the ball here. He takes an inside move, back up the field. He's doubled there, back to the corner. Lomax was looking there early, didn't have time, so he had to throw it to Good shorter.
John Good, with that last lunge, came close to first down yardage. They bring the sticks all the way across the field to measure. Good was knocked out of bounds right in front of the Cardinal bench. 23-7, Redskins over St. Louis. First down. Lomax paying a quick visit over to the Cardinal bench. 13 out of 19 he is for 164 yards, the 1 interception. That by Darrell Green in the Redskin end zone. Jim Hannafin looking on. He and Joe Gibbs, longtime good friends, coached together, communicated with each other.
Well, they had coached together both with the St. Louis Cardinals and later the San Diego Chargers.
Both times under Don Coryell. Here's Lomax. He gets it outside to Anderson. Earl Farrell, sorry again.
I think there's really something going on down there in that Redskin defense that is stopping Lomax from throwing deep because he's having to do this too much to just be an accident. I mean, he's looking deep, can't find anything deep. And it seems like the whole game, he's always having to dump off to a shorter man.
Well, you remember what Lomax said to us last night. He said they always give us something, one thing that we've never seen before. It just takes a while to figure it out. So far, I don't think they have. Lomax rolls right, puts a jump shot in the direction of Anderson, who breaks the tackle with a good stiff arm. He put the stiff arm on Rich Malott, and the flag is down.
The Cardinals have only gained 9 yards rushing, but they're sure getting a lot of production out of Otis Anderson on these little dump passes. They're not getting any production out of a holding call, though, that'll put him back 10 yards from the original line of scrimmage.
Jim Hannafin upset.
To the hands, number 80, offense, second down.
But it was Doug Marsh here, number 80, against Mel Kaufman. You see it right there on the right-hand side of the screen. You see him coming in there, and he's trying to block, and he's doing one of those illegal block from behind. That's what happens when that guy moves on you and you're committed to go after him. He really didn't do much. It was too bad, though.
St. Louis has been penalized 5 times. The play will stand, so it'll make it 2nd and 1 at the Redskin 41. Here's Lomax on a rollout. Gets away from Malott. He gets the first down back and gets out of bounds.
going to be a bootleg, but it wasn't going to be a bootleg run. It was supposed to be a pass. Again, Roy Green down here in the bottom. You see him fake to Otis Anderson, come out here on a waggle. He's looking for Green, can't find him, decides to run, turns the ball upfield. He's not going to take one of those hook slides deal. He's going to get as much as he can until he runs into a guy in a yellow deal. Look at him. He grabbed that guy, wrapped his arms around him, tackle him, hit anything that's moving.
Lomax got 13 yards on that run, more than the Cardinals got rushing in the first half. Lomax back to throw, fires, Green. At the 20, that'll be enough for another first down.
I think that's the type of pattern that they're going to have to start getting. You know, they don't have the time for the deep pattern, but this is stuff around 10 or 12 yards where you push the defense up, watch Roy Green as the outside receiver. He comes up, make him think he's going to go deep. Now just stop, find a hole between the defenders, and pick up that first down.
Remember, this is sort of what the Giants did to the Cardinals earlier in the year. They just put everybody deep and said, you're not going to beat us with a deep throw.
Jim Hannafin said last night, even if they do, we're still going to try and get deep.
Lomax back to throw again. He gets it outside to John Good. And Good is taken down on a solid hit by Curtis Jordan.
Yeah, that didn't get much, but that's the same type of pattern, you know, that Otis Anderson has been catching and John Good catches. It's that second guy. It's that guy underneath, that short guy. You look deep, if there's nothing open, you hit him.
Pickup of just 3, so it's 2nd and 7 from the 17 with just over 12.5 minutes left to play, third quarter. Earl Farrell and Otis Anderson are the 2 running backs for the Cardinals. Lomax quick. Intended for Green, who slipped down, covered by Darrell Green. Darrell Green and Roy Green. That's been a heck of a battle all day long.
I'll tell you, and I think that Neil Lomax threw that one a little too quickly. I think you have to let the guy work a little more than that. As Green was coming out of his move, he slipped. I guess Lomax just saw that, just had to throw it out of bounds.
Well, he's been under so much pressure from the Redskin rush. He has to be very much aware of that. Roy Green and Danny Pittman are split wide to the left. Tilley is out to the right. Here comes the pressure. Lomax gets out of most of it. He can't get out of all of it. He's down inside the 15 to about the 14, and Rich Malott keeps him down.
This is going to be very close to a first down, and it's going to be an interesting decision, although the Cardinals have already made the decision. They're going to go for the field goal.
The Redskins had 3 players hurt. That's Monty Coleman right there. There were 3 of them who were applying the pressure to Lomax, and 3 of them who stayed down. 1 was Manley, 1 was Coleman, and he's still down. Cardinals have decided on field goal. It's 23-7.
On that last play, watch Roy Green move that he puts on Darrell Green. He is wide open. But Neil Lomax gets pressure, but watch Green there. He goes inside. Look at him. He's wide open right there. That would have been a touchdown. But see, now here's why he couldn't do it. Watch Lomax. He knows that Green's there. You see, he gets that pressure up the middle. Now he can't see him. Now he has to go, and it ends up in a run. But had he had protection in that middle, that would have been a Cardinal touchdown. Roy Green was wide open.
Oh, Donahue is 21 out of 32 for the year. Eddie Perrin holding just outside the 20-yard line. They're calling it a 30-yard attempt. Kick is up and good. And the Cardinals pulled back a little bit closer. It's 23-10 now with 11:43 left to play in the third quarter. The Redskins missed an extra point. That could, as we said before, many times, turn out to be very important. Checking the other scores. Cincinnati had to win. Looks like they will. Still depends on what the Steelers do against the Raiders. Bears 14-6 over Detroit. Green Bay 31-7 over Minnesota. And the Buccaneers 20-7 over the Jets. 13-3 New England over Indianapolis. And Cleveland and Houston tied at 10 apiece, third quarter. Here it's 23-10. Redskins lead the Cardinals for all the marbles in the NFC East. O'Donohue set to kick off. Mike Nelms back deep for the Redskins. Off the side of his foot to Keith Griffin, who fields it right on the sideline, stays in bounds, and now it's knocked out of bounds at about the 27. 11:35 left to play in the third quarter. The Cardinals got a 30-yard field goal by Neil O'Donohue. 8 plays, they went 49 yards. They kept the ball 3 minutes 17 seconds. There's Roy Green over on the sideline.
He's probably telling Neil Lomax there about that play and about how wide open he was. Lomax said, "I know, I couldn't see it. We'll get it next time."
We hope. The give is to Riggins. Riggins outside the 30, about the 31 or 2. David Galloway behind Grimm and Jacoby.
That's what he does. And as E.J. Jr. was saying last night, he said, you know, this crowd goes wild when Riggins gains 4 or 5 yards. And he said, it's really not that bad. He said, but you start to think that it's bad. See, that was Donnelly that just picked off E.J. Jr. there so that he couldn't get to Riggins. But that is true. He goes 4 yards and they get a big cheer.
That time he got 5 or 4. Here he goes again. Flag is down, a penalty marker down. David Galloway and Benny Perrin tripped up Riggins. Against the Cardinals. Tripping.
That's one that you don't see very often. Sometimes if a guy gets faked or fooled and he can't get his hands or arms on you, he'll just stick out a foot.
Tripping. Number 62, defense. Automatic first down.
There's Ramsey Gardner. He said, what in the heck was that one? Let's just see if we can watch the whole thing and see Dardar there. He's a left tackle. He's right here. And let's just watch and see how he gets a trip in there. See, he starts to the outside. Now as Riggins kicks back in, look, he just kicks his right foot up. Gives Riggins a kick. That is a trip, or a kick. Maybe it's a kick.
More kicking than tripping. Here's Theismann looking outside to Don Warren. Taken out of bounds by Lionel Washington after another gain of about 4.
You know, we were talking to Jim Hannafin last night. He said, you know, of all the guys in the Redskin team, and they get a lot of talk, 2 Super Bowls and all, he said, but probably their most underrated player is Donnie Warren. He said over the years, he said his blocking, catching a little pass here and there, he said he's hurt us as much as a lot of those other guys have.
That son of a gun can block, he said.
Yeah, and he said he's really, you know, has done a good job on Thomas Howard over the years.
2nd and 7 for the Redskins at their own 49. They lead by 13 points. Didier on the move. Theismann back to throw. Has time. Underthrows Didier. He is being covered by Charlie Baker. That'll make it 3rd and long. And here comes Joe Washington. And out comes Riggins. Joe Washington has been up and down and unable to practice. Bad knees. He's had a bunch of knee operations. Hasn't been able to practice. He's not as effective, quite frankly, as he has been over the years. He just had a tough time.
You know, Joe Gibbs always calls him the little guy. You know, he said, well, the little guy's big, the little guy hasn't played, the little guy this and that. That was fine last year, and then this year he got Keith Griffin, and he calls him the little guy. So he says, the little guy this and that, you don't know who he's talking about, Joe Washington or Keith Griffin.
This is a Redskin timeout, so that'll leave him with 2 in the second half.
Looks like you're into win.
23-10. The Redskins lead the Cardinals. Santa Claus was here at halftime, and he stayed around.
Santa looks like an old coach.
They have a linebacker out covering Didier. Looks like man-to-man. Theismann. Drop the snap.
Well, you don't see that happen often. You know, we talked about how their all-pro center, Jeff Bostic, has been out, but Rick Donnelly has really been doing a good job. It looked like someone left early, like all the other guys left early, and maybe other than a bad snap, that could have been a late snap.
Did look like the rest of the linemen thought the count was earlier.
Yep, they all weren't in sync on that one.
Jeff Hayes back to punt. Danny Pittman back deep for the Cardinals. Hayes gets a high hanger. Pittman lets it go. And it goes into the end zone. They'll bring it back to the 20. Very nearly an excellent punt by Hayes. It was a good punt. It just didn't quite work out the way he'd like it to. In the Sun Bowl next Saturday. 3 games coming your way, bowl games coming your way on CBS. Maryland and Tennessee, 2 outstanding passing teams in the Sun Bowl. December the 31st, Purdue and Virginia will go at it in the Peach Bowl. Then on New Year's Day, the Heisman Trophy winner Doug Flutie will play his final collegiate game for Boston College against the Southwest Conference champions Houston. That'll be in the Cotton Bowl, of course, right here on CBS. Personal foul against the Cardinals.
Number 31 on the receiving team. First down on the 10-yard line.
So the Cardinals have their work cut out for them. 1st and 10 from the 10 with 9:55 left to play, 3rd quarter.
There's big Dave Butts. Look at that. They got the arm. The helmet's all bashed up. Jersey's saying, come on, let's go. Come on, give us some work here in the pit. Run at us. I play to run. You guys don't run. Run in here. See what you got. That's what they say down there.
Crowd coming to life as Lomax goes back to throw. If he has time, he does get it out to Anderson again. Anderson bangs out close to a first down. Mel Kaufman over to make the hit that stopped him. Anderson's caught 7 passes today for 78 yards.
I'll tell you,
that's been their most effective play.
We're just talking about Dave Butts, and on that play, he took his guy right here. Just watch this matchup here. As he just takes his guy and drives him right back here to Lomax. Watch Dave Butts. He's going against Joe Bostic there. Watch him. He just takes him. He's so doggone strong. Bostic's trying to hold him, do anything. He's like he's on skates. And Butts gets right in Lomax's face. Look at him now. That's fighting in the pits. I mean, those are big guys going against each other, grabbing, doing stuff, holding, headbutting, tackling, down, dirt, mud.
1st and 10 from the 21. They did get the first down. Lomax looks over the Redskin defense. Gets it outside again to Anderson. Not much doing this time as they punish him. Vernon Dean with inside help. Dean was the first man to hit him. The other was Neil Olkowitz.
One thing about these Redskin corners, both Darrell Green and Vernon Dean, that they're good tacklers. A lot of corners are good cover guys, and they don't get involved much in the run. But in the Redskin scheme of things, they use their corners as support guys, and they're both very good tacklers. That was a nice tackle. You know, the form of the arms wrapped, head up, you know, butt down, knees bent, toes straight ahead.
A gain of 4, 2nd and 6. From the 25. Cardinals have just about given up trying to run. Green, I don't think they'll catch it. Touchdown, Cardinals, 75 yards. He finally burned them. Monty Coleman and Curtis Jordan were chasing. But it's like the dogs never catch the rabbit.
At that rabbit right there, you know, we had seen him talking on the sidelines, Neil Lomax and Roy Green, and you knew they were talking about something. And when those guys talk, it's always about finding something deep. But I'll tell you, what made this was a good pass protection. Lomax looked right, he looks left. He had time to get Green deep in the middle, and then he found him, and then, of course, it's all over.
Plenty of time left in this contest. Lomax will try the extra point with Benny Perrin-Holby. Redskins 23, the Cardinals 16. O'Donoghue. Sorry, I said Lomax, didn't I? Benny Perrin-Holby. The extra point is good for Neil O'Donoghue. Well, now, that makes things interesting at RFK, and the crowd is not quite so vocal. 23-17.
With all their space-age technology, most microwave ovens still cook too many things unevenly. Undercooked here, overcooked there. A problem you won't have with the Sharp Carousel 2 convection microwave, thanks to Sharp's turntable design that cooks food evenly at every turn. After all, what's the point of owning a microwave if it can't even do the little things right? Sharp microwaves from Sharp Minds come Sharp products.
This is today's Chevrolet, and this is today's Chevrolet. This Chevrolet is specially modified for the International Race of Champions. This is the new Camaro IROC Z28 built for you. Chevrolet encourages the use of selected parts and components by race teams, and that helped us build this Chevrolet. World champions drive this Camaro, but the Camaro IROC Z28 makes you feel like a champion.
Drive today's Chevy, live today's Chevy. Chevy!
Watch that play of Roy Green again. Here he is. Here's Darrell Green covering. Roy Green starts up, gets underneath, comes up, and then back in here. Lomax back here has plenty of time, and he finds Green for the big reception and the touchdown. Watch him come off the ball outside, fakes out, comes back in, runs underneath here, makes an adjustment right there up the field. Now he's behind the whole defense. And when he gets the ball, they're not going to catch him. That's all over. You can give him a touchdown there at the 30-yard line. I'll tell you, the thing that made that was a pass protection.
Look at Jim Hannafin's reaction.
Head coaches all like touchdowns.
He almost jumped. I guess that would be legal.
Saying they missed an extra point earlier. We're back in this thing.
Oh, Donahue kicks it off. Nelms will handle it at the Redskin 10. Nelms had an opening for a moment. Is cut down by Willard Harrell, I think. Led the special teams. Green now 6 catches for 150 yards on the day. The drive, if you can call it that, was 3 plays, and they went 90 yards. 75 yards on the pass from Lomax to Roy Green. It's 23-7 with 8:06 left to play. The Cardinals won the first meeting between these two, 26-20. 24, I beg your pardon, on a last-second field goal by O'Donoghue. Riggins left side.
Look at that pile up there. Riggins draws a crowd when he goes there. Everyone, guys are in front of him blocking, and all those other guys all come and jump on. He causes big piles when he carries the ball. So there's only one back in the backfield. Everyone's keying him. If you're going to run, he's the only guy you can hand it to. So he starts to let everyone just runs there and jumps on him.
He got his 4 yards. So make it 2nd and 6 from the 31. Theismann doesn't like what he sees and has to call another timeout. They only have 1 left. Theismann comes over to talk things over with Joe Gibbs. Strange how things change. That one play, the pass to Green, has changed the whole complexion of this game. A little bit misty, still very hazy in the nation's capital. Barely can see the Capitol building itself as you look back from RFK Stadium. Our camera up on top of the stadium. 2nd down and 6. The Redskins have it at their own 31. 7:21 left to play. Riggins is out and Joe Washington is in. That's left to play in the 3rd quarter. Cardinals were blitzing. This is Art Monk. Wayne Smith, the tackler. That ties the all-time record held by Charlie Hennigan of 101 receptions in a season. There's the list again. Art Monk has just tied the record set back in 1964 by Charlie Hennigan.
know, and the interesting thing is no one in the Redskin huddle congratulated him. They may not know it, but I'm sure they're all thinking we have a lot more important work to do here now. We'll do that after.
Theismann to Riggins. Riggins over the left side. Again, they get what they want on first down. He got about 5. The average yards on first down. I didn't think it'd be that high, did you?
Well, the 7.8, that could have, you know, come on a big pass play. You know, which it did. The Redskins are averaging 6.6. The St. Louis Cardinals 7.8. But that's what you want to do, especially the Redskins. You know, if they can get that type of football, then they can keep Riggins in the game. Then they can either give him the ball or play fake to him. The Cardinals are just about passing on every down now.
2nd and 6 from the 46. Cardinals blitz. Theismann does get it away, but just barely. Bubba Baker's walking away from that last scramble, and now he goes down on the ground. Says he's okay.
It looked like he got something right on the hip or the stomach there. He was right there on Joe Theismann. That's John Riggins blocking him there. See Riggins blocking him, and then he looks like his own man hit him right there. The 3 of them got to Theismann about the same time. He was giving Theismann's helmet a little rough job there. And then he's still bent over.
Stafford Mays that hit him.
Yeah, he was so happy that he got back there, and then he gets whacked by 2 of his own guys.
Bubba's hanging in there. 3rd and 6. Joe Washington remains. Didier goes wide to the left. Charlie Brown in motion. Take a blitz. Come out of it. Theismann has Monk, and Monk has the record. Monk barrels down inside the 20 to about the 15 before Benny Perrin stops him.
And that's the type of play you want to break the record on. A championship game, your team needs a drive. Down by 6, that's when you want to do it. Now the fans know it. Joe Theismann is looking. Good pass protection there. Finds Monk, steps up. Monk's behind his defender. Takes one look at him, then decides to outrun him until he meets 2 others.
Now they're going to get him the ball. Standing in tribute to Art Monk. Redskins lead the game 23-17.
It'll be interesting now, Pat, to see who that fires up. Does that fire up the Cardinals or does that fire up the Redskins?
The ball is at the 18 and they give it to Riggins. Riggins gets a couple and is hammered by E.J. Jr.
Riggins was trying to get in there behind Joe Jacoby, and E.J. Jr. sneaked in between Jacoby and Riggins. Watch, 68 and 66 will pull, but watch Jacoby there. Riggins is trying to get in behind him, and then E.J. Jr. sneaks in behind Jacoby. How do you sneak in? Well, I guess a guy's that big, you can sneak.
That's about the only way you're going to get in.
Well, like Junior's like 240. If you're 240, you can sneak behind a 300-pounder.
Riggins only got a yard as they put Didier in motion again, and Theismann goes back to throw it. The 30-second clock had expired. I believe that's what they're going to say.
Delay of game, number 7.
Game, number 7, offense, 2nd down.
And that's the first Washington penalty of the day. Maybe it's a good thing the clock did expire because Curtis Greer had gotten around Jacoby and was really taking aim at Theismann. Look at those signals.
Yeah, Don Breaux, he's the offensive backfield coach. He gets the play from Joe Gibbs. Joe Gibbs calls all the offensive plays, and Don Bro signals them in to Joe Theismann.
Joe Washington has replaced Riggins. Second down and 14 at the Cardinal 22. Theismann back to throw. Outside to Washington. E.J. Jr. out there with him at the 20-yard line. A gain, but not much. 2 yards.
E.J. Jr. is having some game. He's there on the run to help stop Riggins. He's out there covering guys. He was saying last night that he was surprised that he made the Pro Bowl because he started out and played most of the year as an outside linebacker, then moved to the middle, which he's playing today. And he said he wasn't sure where they would put him up, as an outside or middle. The Cardinals put him up as a middle linebacker, and he got voted to the Pro Bowl.
It's 3rd and 12 from the 20. Theismann will have to go to work throwing again. Cardinals are coming after it. It's for Monk in the corner. It's incomplete, and there are no penalty markers down. Lionel Washington was back there with Art Monk. Jim Hannafin and Floyd Peters.
That was an interesting coverage because they were able to blitz and at the same time have double coverage on Art Monk.
37 yards out will be Mark Mosley, with Theismann holding when he tries this field goal. He's 1 for 1 today, but he missed an extra point. He hammers it through. The Redskins extend their lead now to 9 points. 26-17 with 3:54 left to play, third quarter.
Here's to good friends.
That scene is taking place up in Moonachie, New Jersey. Casey Merrill, as the Giants, many of the members of the Giants watching this game and watching this broadcast. They are, of course, still alive and have playoff hopes.
Of course, they're all rooting for the Redskins. If the Cardinals win, that will eliminate the Giants today.
Jeff Hayes starts to kick it off. Line drive kickoff to Willard Harrell at the 1. He'll start from there. Willard Harrell gets it out to about the 30. Down he goes. 29-yard return. He's hit by Rich Maudie. Here is the situation again. If Washington wins, the Redskins are the champions of the NFC East. The wild card game will be the Rams against the Giants or Cowboys. If St. Louis wins, the Cardinals are the NFC East champions, and the wild card game will match Washington against either the Rams or the Cowboys. 26-17 Redskins. Again, Lomax back to throw. Dumps it off to Otis Anderson. He gets out to about the 35. A pickup of in the neighborhood of 6 yards. Neil Oklowitz and Mel Kaufman on the stop.
You know, in the Cardinal game plan, this is really their version of the running game. On first down, what they're doing is they have the deep receivers down there. Then if they can't find them, they just dump off short, and that picks them up to 5 or 6 yards. So when you look at the stats and you say, gee, they couldn't run, well, that's true. But if you look at the stats on what they've done on first down, they've been successful.
Anderson has 9 catches for 89 yards. They go now with 3 wide receivers, Green and Pittman to the right. Handoff is to Anderson on the draw play, and O.J. gets the first down. Charles Mann tripped him up. Anderson's longest run of the day right there.
We were talking at halftime. That was the type of thing that I think the Cardinals have to do, is they have to be able, if the Redskin defense is going to play them loose, they have to be able to pop a run in there every now and then. They just did, and they got a first down.
10 for 14. That's Anderson's record on the ground. The line of scrimmage is the Redskin, or the Cardinal 43. 2:20 left to play in the third quarter. Farrell was the man in motion. Reception to Doug Marsh, his first catch of the day. Stopped by Rich Malott. A gain of 5.
I think they decided to work that offside. You know, they have on one side they have Roy Green out there and Pat Tilley, and then they came back to this other side where they had to back in the tight end.
You see what they've done in the second half as far as their play selection is concerned. Threw it 11 times and ran with it 3 times. 5-yard pickup then, 2nd and 5 at the 48. Lomax has completed 10 out of his last 11 throws. Marsh, the move man, stays in the block. Outside to Anderson again. And O.J. Anderson whirls down to the Redskins 31-yard line. 21-yard pickup and another first down.
You know, he picked up about 5 or 6 more yards by a good block by his tight end, John Good. We'll sit down there. They keep Doug Marsh, the other tight end, in. Now watch 84, Good there. You see, he's on the offside. Anderson catches it there. Good gets a little shield block right there in the right-hand part of the picture, and that let Anderson get about 8 more yards.
They are out quickly.
Look at Otis take off on it.
Green moves out to the right side. Anderson, get at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Rich Malott, Dave Butts, Dexter Manley, all there.
I'll tell you, when you have those big guys in the middle, like, you know, Dave Butts, Darrell Grant, Brooks and those guys, and Neil Okowitz, it is tough to run in the middle against the Redskin defense. The best way to attack them really is with the pass. Look at Dave Butts, that helmet. That's been in a few football games.
Lomax is already headed for the sideline. That's the last play of the 3rd quarter. And they'll change ends of the field. And indeed, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, the Redskins 26 and the Cardinals 17. We now pause. Back at RFK Stadium. Where else would you see that sight? Cardinals on the move with a big 2nd and 11 situation facing them right now. Neil Lomax, the quarterback. Back to throw quickly. Tilley. Pat Tilley dances out of bounds. Vernon Dean, the defender, not enough for a first down. But it does put him down pretty close to O'Donoghue's field goal range. Just starting the 4th quarter. Pat Summerall with John Madden at RFK Stadium. They're playing for the NFC Eastern Championship. 3rd down and 4. The Redskin 25. Lomax to Tilley. He'll have the first down. Tilley out of bounds at about the 16. There's Neil O'Donoghue. Pressure situation for everybody playing, but O'Donoghue, who was just about ready to try the field goal, puts the jacket back on. But the jacket won't hide the nerves.
Well, remember the first time they played, Neil O'Donoghue on an extra point hit the upright. Of course, they won the game later on a Neil O'Donoghue field goal.
By 2 points. And now this time it's Mosley who's missed the extra point. Marsh comes over on the right side, now goes in motion as Lomax comes out, tries to get out, is in the grasp and is down. It came from his left side, so it has to be either Manley or Grant. It's Dexter Manley.
I think, again, Dexter Manley gets credit for the sack, and he should, but again, it was good coverage downfield because Lomax is looking downfield. He couldn't find anyone. He couldn't wait, and so he had to just take the sack on that one.
The all-time season sack leaders team-wise, that's up to date. John Madden's Oakland Raiders of 1967 had 67. Washington has 66 for this year. Farrell and Anderson. The one, here comes Roy Green in motion. Now he goes back. He'll work against Darrell Green. Outside to Farrell. Farrell skips out of one tackle, gets down to about the 16. It'll bring up a 3rd and long. And O'Donohue comes out of the jacket again. Guarantee you he doesn't know it's cold.
Not that stuff that's pumping through him right now.
3rd and 10 from the Redskins 17.
This isn't a bad situation because here on 3rd down, you don't have to go into the end zone. And a lot of defenders will defend that goal line, and you can hit stuff in front of them between the 5-yard line and the goal line. I always thought this was an excellent area to pass.
Lomax back out of the shotgun. Pantilli is wide to the left. Here comes the Redskin blitz. Almost picked off. Almost intercepted, intended for Green, and Curtis Jordan almost had it. Lomax had no chance.
Well, he had no chance, but it was a silly pass, too, because Roy Green wasn't even up beyond the 1st down marker, so if he catches it, it still doesn't work. Now, the pressure's going to come from right up the middle. Charles Mann normally is a defensive left end. On that play, he lined up as a linebacker, faked to his left, came right up the middle. Roy Green was short of the 1st down anyway.
Actually, he's lucky that was not picked off because Green wasn't open. 34 yards for O'Donohue. Herron is holding. Crowd waving their arms, trying to distract O'Donohue from 34 yards out. And he got it. O'Donohue throws a blanket over the crowd, but that's success. And it's 26-20. And we have ourselves a serious contest for the NFC Eastern Division Championship.
Here's what caused Neil Lomax a problem on that 3rd down. Now watch Charles Mann. He's normally a defensive end. He starts like a defensive end. He moves back a little, and then he comes in here like a linebacker along with the linebacker, Monty Coleman. And Mann right here gets straight up the middle. Watch him. He starts in his stance, gets out of his stance. Now he comes around behind Coleman, straight up the middle. There's no blocker. Lomax has to throw it. It's short of the 1st down. And incomplete.
O'Donohue hit the field goal. Nelms is back to receive O'Donohue's kickoff. 13:20 left to play. A lot of time. High kick. Nelms at the 10. He is cut down hard by Victor Heflin. College basketball coming up on CBS. We'd like to remind you that the UCLA Bruins will visit Madison Square Garden to play number 4 ranked St. John's. Live 1 o'clock Eastern time next Saturday. Walt Hazard is the coach of the Bruins, the new UCLA head coach, and of course Lou Carnesecca, who has had so many great years with St. John's, still is their leader. 1st and 10 Redskins at their own 27. Didier is wide to the left. Going to work, looking for Didier. Knocked away at the last minute, but here's a penalty marker down. Wayne Smith.
Wayne Smith better stay away from that official. You better watch out, Wayne. He'll throw another one on you. Get back. Oh, I knew it.
He got another one.
Can't do that. You can't do that. They'll let you say one thing, then you have to walk away. You have to learn that. You just can't do that. He better watch it. He's going to get another one.
Right.
44.
Here's Wayne Smith. He's 44 right here. He's breaking on the ball with Didier. He's getting his left hand in there. I can see what he's complaining about. That was awfully close. You have to let the defender go for the ball.
Got to give him a chance. Give this to Riggins, and Riggins gets a couple. That'll make it 2nd and about 8. Thomas Howard was the tackler. Riggins still on the ground.
You know, I think now we have in the last quarter here a 6-point difference in this game. I think turnovers or lack of turnovers are going to win or lose this game. I think the team that turns it over will probably lose.
The Cardinals have scored on all three possessions in the second half. That's Monk in motion. Here comes the blitz, and E.J. Jr. had it timed perfectly. And now they throw another penalty marker down. I don't know about that one either.
I know what they're going to say. They're going to say that E.J. Jr. had him in the grasp. The referee was there. He blew his whistle, and E.J. Jr. threw him down after the whistle blew. Jr. really did.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 54, defense, first down.
Boy, that's a tough one. I can see what Jim Hanifin's saying. You got to blitz. You're tackling a guy. You're right in the middle, and it is difficult to stop right in the middle of a tackle. Watch E.J. Jr. He's right here. He's going to come on the blitz. He gets Theismann, and then he just doesn't stop. Watch him. He's right there behind right over the center, behind the nose tackle, and he's going to hit the ball right there in the gap. You see, right in the right gap. Riggins can't get to him. Now he has him here. You see the official wave his arms? Now what he's saying is, when I blew the whistle and waved my arms, you didn't stop.
Well, you can't stop in the middle of the tackle to watch the officials wave his arms.
No, that is tough. I don't know about that one.
It's a first down, whatever. We're not going to change it, and they aren't either. Theismann goes to work to Monk, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 47.
You know, you can take a lot of things out of football, and you can have a lot of rules and so on for safety, and I'm sure that they're all right, but doggone it, you can't take aggressiveness out of there. When a middle linebacker comes free on a blitz on a quarterback, he's going to tackle him.
If you take aggressiveness out of the game, the stadium's going to be full of no-shows.
Look at Art Blanc. He's a wide receiver who just set an all-time receiving record, and he looks like he's been playing in the pits. Look at those arms. That back.
Boy, what a year he's had. Theismann goes back, and he's going to look in that direction. And he's got him. And he's got the first down. Monk picks it up, and the clock continues to run with 11:40 left to play. E.J. Jr. on the tackle.
Redskins scheme of football, this in the last part of well, there's 11 minutes to go, but in the fourth quarter, that's when you get a big dose of John Riggins.
Neil Lomax over on the sideline. His offensive unit, throwing it almost every down here in the second half, has put some points on the board every time they had the ball. Now they need it again. 26 out of 34 for Lomax.
When you rub your hands through your hair, that means you want the ball back.
Monk splits wide to the left. Theismann has Riggins behind him on first down. Yellow 30 means nothing. That means he'll go to play that was called, and it goes to Riggins. Hammered by E.J. Jr. Ramsey Dardar also helped out. Yellow 30 is just a way to get things started.
Right, that's a starting thing, and it means nothing when they say, yeah. Now, if he says something other than yellow, then that means it's going to be an audible, which they do very few of. That was a counter play. It was interesting to the left with Ken Huff and Mark May pulling. It's usually to the right with Grimm and Jacoby pulling. That was a little offset thing. They don't do that an awful lot.
Let's listen to Theismann now. Jumped, and now they're saying that they were pulled offside.
But what they were doing is they had a blitz, and they're trying to time the blitz with a snap of the football.
Encroachment, defense.
It's against the Cardinals.
I think it was E.J. Jr. again here. He's going to come on a blitz, and he gets up here and gets off sides. He gets up in the other gap before the ball snap. Now watch him. He starts coming here. Now he comes over, and you see right there, he jumps off sides. He's in that neutral zone before the ball snap.
Cardinals have been penalized 10 times for 87 yards. The Redskins only once.
Yeah, but they've had
yards.
3, but they've had 3 big ones on this drive alone.
This drive, you're right. 3 tough ones.
1 on Wayne Smith and 2 on E.J. Jr.
Riggins right side. Riggins rambles for the Redskins first down. Wayne Smith, Lee Nelson on the tackle. Riggins has 22 carries. Has gained 66 yards. And believe me, John, they've been tough yards.
Well, they've been tough yards, but this is the time in the game that the Redskins need Riggins. When they get down close to the goal line, when they have a lead in the 4th quarter, just to hold the football. And there's no one better at doing that than this guy.
Redskins have the ball at the Cardinal 26. 9.5 minutes left to play. Theismann sounds like he's just about out of voice. Give this to Riggins again. Cut down right at the line of scrimmage.
Fans over on that side are calling for another penalty. They want the Cardinals to have their 4th penalty on this drive. Official said, no, we've already got them for 3. I'll tell you, when Riggins does go, you know, he gets a lot of hits, and he does take some late hits because you never know when he's down. Now watch him here, and watch this hit there. I'll tell you, that was a little late. I think the reason they didn't call it is probably that was Ramsey Dardar, and he missed him.
Just dived right over him. Cardinal defense getting a good rest. 2nd and 9.5. They go after Theismann. Intended for Calvin Muhammad, and Muhammad turned around when Theismann thought he was going to keep going.
Well, you know, Theismann didn't have a lot of time on that one to think about too many things because they did have the blitz on, and again, E.J. Jr. was right on Theismann, and he had to get rid of that ball.
They would be within range for Mark Mosley even if they got nothing. On this down, it would be tough. But he can get it there. Joe Washington has replaced John Riggins. It would be from 43 yards out for Mosley. They go with an unusual offensive set. One we haven't seen before. Theismann retreats, pulls it down, and is taken down and out of field goal range by Curtis Greer.
I'll tell you, that is a big, big play because, as you said, had they done nothing before that, they could have kicked a field goal. But watch Greer. He starts up on the outside of Joe Jacoby, gets his left arm in underneath, gets beyond him. Theismann was flushed out just before that, and Curtis Greer caught him from behind. Talk about big defensive plays and big sacks in your career. That was sure one for Curtis Greer.
The 5th of the day by the Cardinal defense. They have really hung tough. Jeff Hayes into punt. He's standing right at midfield. Danny Pittman standing at the 10 for the Cardinals. 26 to 20. The Redskins lead it. High kick that Pittman will have to handle. And does at the 6-yard line. Hayes got it done, and one more time, the Cardinals have a long way to go. That was only a 28-yard punt, but they made Pittman handle it. 26-20 Redskins. This was back in the 1st quarter. After the Redskins' first touchdown, Mark Mosley's attempt at an extra point. It goes just left of the left upright. At that point, they led 6-0. But the Cardinals, who now have the ball, have a long way to go.
That's the bad news for the Cardinals. The good news for the Cardinals is that they've scored every time they've had the ball this half. Had the ball 3 times, and they've scored 3 times.
This crowd is now raucous. That's Green moving. Lomax to Danny Pittman, and Pittman's still on his feet, and that gets him some breathing room outside the 25 to the 27. A pickup of 21. Rich Merlot took him down.
Well, they had Pittman out here on the strong safety on Ken Coffey. He just runs up, runs a slant, Coffey looks like he's waiting for something. He breaks very late on the ball, and that's able to get, and that enabled the Cardinals to get a lot better field position.
Lomax is now 27 out of 35. A gain of 21 on that one. First down, Cardinals. Their own 27. Back to throw he is. With time, look out. He gets to Green. Roy Green inside Redskin territory to the 45. Darrell Green, the cover man.
I'll tell you, Roy Green came over and caught that ball. Pat Tilley was on the same side, down here on the right side. He was wide open deep, and that's why right now, when Green gets right by here, that's why he has so much space out here, because Tilley is up the field, and he was...
Man hit Lomax just as he let it go.
Hey, we talk about Joe Theismann being tough. This Neil Lomax is pretty good himself.
He's also young.
He's also going to be great.
Lomax. Pittman stays in bounds, and it's another Cardinal first down. I beg your pardon, it might be a little bit short.
This was a roll on Lomax. He rolled to this side. And again, we're going to see Danny Pittman just come up. He looks, he turns to the inside on a hook, pivots to the outside. Now, I'm sure that Coffey was playing a zone there, and he was trying to get deep, and the linebacker, Mel Kaufman, was trying to get outside to help.
That stops the clock with just over 6.5 minutes left to play, and you can see what the Cardinals have done in the second half. Started at their own 8. Got a field goal out of it. Started their own 10. They got a touchdown, a 75-yarder from Lomax to Green. Started their own 29. They got another field goal. And it's 26-20 Redskins right now, second and short. Anderson to the outside and has got the first down and more. Anderson hammers a Redskin defender, Mel Kaufman, with his shoulder. Ooh.
Otis Anderson got a pretty good block out there by a wide receiver. Someone was knocked down just before he got there, and he was able to pick up enough for the first down, about 5 or 6 more yards. Now, that doesn't look like much, but he's had a pretty big day, Otis Anderson.
He really has.
Caught all those passes.
And turned very short throws into substantial yardage. He's caught 10 passes for 110 yards, and he just got that clutch first down. The Cardinals were down at one time 23-7. Now it's 26-20. Lomax back to throw. Goes quickly to Pittman. My guess is, John, they finally figured out the coverage. They're putting that safety man on Pittman.
Well, right. What they're doing is now, on this drive, the Cardinals have been using 3 wide receivers. That's why they get the strong safety on Pittman, because they have Tilley and Green on one side, and then they had Danny Pittman, who they just took out, playing the receiver on the other side. And you only have 2 corners, so that means that a safety had to cover one. So the safety covered Pittman, and that's the guy they've been throwing to.
Cardinals now have over 400 yards throwing. Here comes the Redskin blitz. Lomax has a man. Roy Green has the touchdown, and the Cardinals have a chance to take the lead. Good throw by Lomax, and Roy Green is some athlete.
Look at Jim Hannaford. He's saying, we hung in there, guys. These guys here don't like it. But I'll tell you one thing, that was Darrell Green was on Roy Green. I think Darrell Green slipped. But I think Roy Green made Darrell Green slip.
He's made a lot of people slip this year. There is still a lot of time left, however. 6 minutes, 15 seconds. O'Donoghue to try to break the tie. Perrin is holding. The Cardinals, for the first time today, have taken the lead. Boy, they have really hung in there.
They've had a lot of adversity, but watch this move here. He's going to come in left here to the poach. You see, he's going to fake in here like he's coming in here. Now watch what that does to Darrell Green. He did slip right there, and then Roy Green broke it out to the outside in the corner for the touchdown. Darrell Green doesn't even make the picture. Now that was some move.
I think he had him even if he didn't slip.
I know it, because after that post move, he couldn't recover to the corner.
Cardinals ahead by 1. 6:15 left to play.
Reminded him, and he wanted him in
the man in motion. They get the ball out to Art Monk, and he can't hang on. He was jarred by Wayne Smith. Good play. The time remaining just 1 second over 6 minutes. St. Louis driving for the NFC Eastern Championship. (27-26) the score. The Cardinals over the Redskins. The winner gets the week off. The loser has to play next week. Theismann back to throw, looking quickly in the middle to Monk. He gets it to Monk. Outside the 30, about the 32. Not enough for a first down.
That's unless the Cardinals are the losers. If the Cardinals lose, then they get the whole season off. The whole rest of the season off. They're out, right?
It'll be till training camp for them. No matter if the Cardinals do win, the Redskins are still a wild card team. 3rd and 4. Joe Washington has replaced Theismann. And this is Didier coming way wide left. Covered now by a linebacker, it would appear. Here come the Redskin blitzers. Theismann gets out of it. He's got the first down. Elois Grooms finally got him down.
Joe Theismann made a heck of a thing. Watch E.J. Jr. again on the blitz. He's going to get through there. He's going to break everything up. Coming from the right side. Theismann sees him right now. Then he can't throw it. Just got a piece of it. Now he feels him coming from behind. Joe said, I better get out of here. Now he gets that far and says, I better get a first down. And he did.
Joe Washington just got a piece of him, just got enough. Riggins, as we come back over the left side again, got about 3. E.J. Jr. and Ramsey Gardar on the tackle. That's where they're trying to get. Either into where the red letters are, the end zone, or in range for Mosley. 2nd and 7. Here is Mosley over on the sideline. Got to tie his shoe before the time comes.
Yeah, how can a kicker do that? He doesn't do anything else. All he does is kick. You know, I mean, he doesn't kick off. He doesn't punt. Just feel, how can you have to tie your shoe when you get to this part of the game? What else you been doing all day?
He just likes to tie it a lot. Alvin Muhammad by Jeff Griffin inside the 40, about the 38 or 39. Clock continues to run with 3:35 left to play.
Well, Joe Gibbs was telling us yesterday, he said, you know, if I have to pick a guy that I think has a good chance of winning this game for us, it's Calvin Muhammad. He said he's at that point now. He said they're going to be worrying about Monk. They're going to be worrying about Riggins. And he said this guy could very well be the guy that wins the game for the Redskins.
Muhammad's caught 5 for 110 yards. Clock running still at 3:10. Riggins back in the game. Theismann back to throw. Goes quickly. Heading for Clint Didier, who's being covered by linebacker Thomas Howard, man-to-man.
I'm sure that they saw that on the booth. You know, a couple plays ago that happened. They put Clint Didier outside, and they had Howard on him, Thomas Howard, who's usually the strong side linebacker. They put Didier out as a wide receiver, and then the Cardinals have to put their linebacker out on him man-to-man. Tell you, it didn't work, though. No. Howard covered him pretty well.
Didier's bigger than Howard. Here's Mark Mosley, got his shoe tied down. Charlie Brown is in the game as a wide receiver. Muhammad is out. Theismann is down. Elois Grooms with the 6th sack of the Redskin quarterback, and Theismann comes out of it limping.
Grooms came through on that play, and someone tried to tackle him. Watch it, it's Ken Huff here trying to block him. He does a circle. Huff tries to grab him. He gets right by him and gets in here on Theismann. Watch number 61 in white. You see him, he does a circle. See now, Huff right there tries to grab from behind. He can't stop Groom, and he gets another big sack for the Cardinals.
That's one of the few times you'll see that spin move get you anywhere. 3rd down and long, 3rd and 18 for the Redskins. Theismann with time this time, going and hitting Art Monk, and he gets enough for a 1st down. Wayne Smith. What a clutch throw and catch. .217, now 2:15, now less than that left to play. Remember that the Redskins have already used 2 of their timeouts.
Watch this catch. Art Monk is the 3rd guy. They had a guy deep, a guy short, and Monk right in the middle. But it was a 3rd down play, and he knew enough to get up there for that 1st down.
He got 20, and they needed 19. The 2-minute warning has been issued. Score is 27-26, the Cardinals over the Redskins. 2 minutes to go.
Here was a big play to Art Monk. Here's what you call flooding the zone. Look, 3 receivers, 1 goes short, 1 goes deep, and Monk goes in the middle and catches maybe the biggest catch of his career. Watch him see the short, the deep, and right in the middle. That opens it up for Art Monk, just beyond the 1st down marker.
That was Monk's 11th catch of the day. That equals the career single best day. What a day to set the record. Mohammed is out wide to the left. Monk is inside him. They give to Riggins. Riggins moves it closer in the middle. Lee Nelson on the stop. Like he got about 5.
You mentioned earlier that the Redskins only have 1 timeout. I think the Cardinals should start thinking in terms of timeouts, and they have. They just took their 1st timeout.
So they have 2 left as Hannafin talks to his men, and Joe Gibbs speaks with Theismann. In the last 3 years, since the Redskins have been so successful, they have never lost in the final 4 regular season games.
And that guy there has a lot to do with it, Joe Gibbs. They talk about the last 3 years. I think he's probably done the best coaching job of anyone in this game. I'll tell you what a job he's done, and maybe he did his best job this year. I mean, he's had so many injuries, so many things go wrong, but they just kept fighting. They just kept staying there, coming back, you know, playing different guys, bringing a guy in 1 week, playing him on Sunday. I'll tell you, he's done an outstanding job.
27-26, the timeout situation. Cardinals have 2 remaining. The Redskins have 1. Riggins got 5 on that carry, make it 2nd and 5, so Riggins stays in the game. They're in range, certainly.
Sure, Riggins will carry it again.
I'm sure you're right. Over the left side for a couple. Thomas Howard brings him down. Mosley continues to loosen up. Timeout Cardinals. Now they have 1. The Redskins have 1. Minute 42 left. That's how far they have to go. You look at the Cardinal defensive unit. The line of scrimmage is the Cardinal 21. Pat Summerall and John Madden, and this is for the marbles. Each team has 1 timeout remaining. They give to Riggins. Riggins is cut down short of the 1st down. And let's see if they, yes, the Cardinals take their final timeout. Tonight on CBS, here's what's coming up as Mosley comes out. 60 minutes will be first, followed by Murder, She Wrote, The Jeffersons, Alice, and then Trapper John, MD. turned out to be one heck of a contest.
I know it, and even if the Redskins kick this field goal and it's good, this game isn't over, because the Cardinals, by using that those timeouts, are still going to get the ball back, and they're going to have over a minute to play. You have to remember, they've scored every time they've had the ball so far in this game.
In the second half.
The second half. The second half in this game.
Right. 37 yards out is Mosley. He's been good from that distance and from 21 already.
Well, he finally got that right shoe on now, got it all tied up. One of the few straight-ahead kickers left. I think there's only 2 in the game.
That's right. Good snap. It's good. Mosley hits it. And now Mosley was hit by somebody, and he's hurt, limping off.
He could be hurt, but he's very, very happy. That hurt will go away quickly.
See what happened.
That was Roy Green that was in there.
But I didn't see him hit him. Looked like he just spun him around.
I think he slipped. I'll tell you, 1 minute 33 seconds back. They haven't stopped him yet in the second half.
Position to return the kickoff.
Well, there's no reason to save anything. Give it everything you have. This is it.
Willard Harrell is back there with him, but this is Green. And there's nothing there. Down at the 20. 1:27 left to play. No timeouts left for St. Louis.
Of course, they'll do 2 things. One, they'll try and get the ball up the field and get out of bounds to stop the clock. Or 2, if it's inside, then what they're going to do is just get up and no huddle.
And now the pressure on the kicker moves to the other side of the field. Mosley did his part. Now it goes to O'Donoghue. This crowd, everybody on their feet screaming. Rather, Lomax says we can't hear. Nobody can hear.
This is going to be a problem the rest of this game. We can see the referee is now talking to Lomax and explaining to him what he has to do, because I'm sure from now on, every time the Cardinals go up to the line of scrimmage, the crowd's going to do the same thing.
O'Donoghue. It may look like he's exercising, but I think he's praying.
Stretch those legs out a little.
There's Redskin owner Jack Kent Cook up for the prep spot, pacing back and forth. Lomax gets it down the middle. Pickup of about 8, but that keeps the clock going. And remember, the Cardinals are out of timeouts.
You know, the interesting thing there, the play before, they tried to go shotgun. They couldn't get it up, so he went back to the line of scrimmage as he is now.
Willard Harrell. On second down, Lomax goes and gets Danny Pittman, and he gets out of bounds at the 41-yard line and picks up the first down. 13-yard gain and a clutch 13-yard gain. A good throw by Lomax.
You know, the Cardinals only need about 30 more yards to get within O'Donoghue's field goal range. That's about 2 medium-sized passes.
They have a minute and 3 seconds to get it done.
This Neil Lomax has been something today, and another thing, his offensive line has done a good job of protecting him.
Redskins now going with 3 down linemen to rush him. He goes back in the shotgun again and goes outside to Willard Harrell, who gets it out of bounds. He got out of bounds and stop the clock with 56 seconds left to play.
That was a good move by Willard Harrell getting out of bounds, or a third tackle by Vernon Dean. Dean had him, and he just couldn't keep a hold of it. Watch as the Cardinals do go back in the shotgun. They're in the shotgun. He finds Harrell out here. Now watch number 32, Vernon Dean. He's up there. He has the tackle. Harrell's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Still 56 seconds to go.
That was only a 6-yard gain. 6 yards will take the Cardinals to save. But the big part of it was stopping that clock. They need approximately 23 more yards to get in O'Donoghue's range. Lomax out of the shotgun. Can't find anybody. Does find Anderson. Anderson hammers down inside the Redskin 40, but the clock will run. First down. Rich Malott made the stop.
With a first down now, Pat, Lomax can waste the play. Just throw ones out of bounds to stop the clock.
Got to do it quick. And he does. In the direction of Tilley. That'll make it 2nd and 10.
That was a smart play there because he had to go without a huddle. He had first down. You can afford to waste a down. So get there, stop the clock. Now you can get your play sent in. Now you can huddle up. Now you can get everyone to know exactly what you want done. Because really, to be in field goal range, the Cardinals only need one more completion.
Neil O'Donoghue, on whom shoulders it looks like the pressure will ultimately fall, is from Ireland. He went to school at Auburn. He's been in the NFL 8 years. He came up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Lomax comes out wide to right to get it out to Anderson, and Anderson will hop out of bounds.
I said one more completion. That wasn't the one more completion. The one thing that surprises me about the Redskin defense is that they're staying with a 3-man line. You know, all year, they've always been a 4-man line, and here they get in this situation, and on this drive, they've stayed all the way with just 3 men rushing.
If the Cardinals had to try the field goal from here, it would be from 55 yards out. They'd certainly like to have O'Donoghue a little bit closer. It's to Pittman. They're going to have to hurry. They're going to have to hurry. Rich Malott dragged him down. 13 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to hurry. 8 seconds.
They have too many men on the field.
6 seconds. They got him off. He got it off. It's no good.